It's time!
Today I got time, cuz.
All you hoes, all of you hoes.
Nobody cares, nigga.
We do not care.
Hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal.
Look, he fucking nutted on my fucking leg. You gonna help, bitch? He nutted on my leg.
You should have booked a consultation. You ain't had a game.
Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished?
God know how I move. Scopolamine, the devil's breath.
Give it a look.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, chickens, turkeys, rabbits.
So I wanted to do hood rat stuff for my friend. Honey.
What's going on, everybody? Class is in session. My brother from another mother is not here. All right, shout out to International, man. He's not here today, but he will be back on the next one, man. Al's got some business to attend to. So today, you guys get me. It's just me, Steve, and you guys. All right, maybe Al will pull up maybe in a little bit. We'll see what happens. But shout out to everybody in the building, man. Make sure you guys like the motherfucking video. Shout out to the child. Sunday stream SIK, exactly. Shout out to Big Mike. He said, salute to Miss Wishin. I'm in Kenya right now. In real life, it's all love. People are chill. Don't believe social media shit. Okay, Big Mike, I appreciate you, man. We're going to go over it. You know what I'm saying? There's some things that have been going on allegedly, okay? Allegedly that we have to talk about in the space, all right? Passport bros have been banned from Kenya, okay? That's what I'm hearing. That's what the streets are saying, guys. So we have to talk about it, all right? We have to talk about it. But before we do, chat, make sure, again, you guys like the video, okay? Share with your friends, all right? Sub up to the channel if you haven't already done that, and hit the bell notification, all right, guys? Before we jump in, let's get into our housekeeping, and then we will jump into the show. Guys, okay, join our locals, okay? Mentuition.locals.com. This is where you guys are going to see all the behind the scenes footage. Me and Al have been talking behind the scenes the last couple days about what we're going to be doing in Brazil. Okay, this is a Brazil yacht party you guys are looking at right now. We are doing a Brazil meetup for New Year's. All right, we have a whole itinerary plan. We're going to drop the itinerary sometime next week of what we're going to be doing, and we're going to have basically open enrollment. Okay, those of you who are interested in doing the being a part of the first official Mentuition meetup New Year's for Rio de Janeiro, okay, Brazil. We're going to be dropping the itinerary. We're going to be dropping how much it's going to cost. And we're basically going to let you guys know all the activities we're going to be doing, man. It's going to be fucking crazy. And you guys are going to fucking have a blast. Okay, a blast. Grinded, hitting Brazilian dimes from behind.
One more time.
Grinded, hitting Brazilian dimes from behind.
All right, with all the foreigners around.
Foreigner.
So, yeah, those of you who are interested in rocking out, partying, learning, you know, about Brazil, learning about Rio. Some of you guys, is going to be your first time in Brazil. This is a trip you don't want to miss, because this is going to be an opportunity to meet me and Al, but also roll with us to all these places that we go, experience a yacht party. If we get enough people, shit, we might do 2 yacht parties. Okay, we might do 2 yachts at the same time, or 1 yacht on one day and 1 yacht on the other day. But I'm telling you guys, you see these girls walking around right here. This is Brazil, and we're really gonna have like a jam-packed, just dope ass trip planned for you guys. Okay, so stay tuned. We're gonna give you guys the cost. It's not gonna be too pricey, but it's also not gonna be too cheap, because we want to make sure we're giving you guys quality women, quality parties, and we want to make sure we do it the Mentuition way. But this wasn't our party that you guys see here, but we're gonna have something like this, but way better. Okay, so make sure you guys check out the locals, mentuition.locals.com. It's free to join. However, if you want to see the behind the scenes spicy stuff, you do have to sign up for $9.99. Okay, next up, guys, we have our Patreon, patreon.com/mentuition. Okay, if you guys want to sign up for this, you can sign up for free. We have a free censored version of our Cartagena 101. I believe our Medellin 101 is also on here. So if you're going to be traveling to Cartagena or Medellin and you want to get some sauce, okay, you want to get some sauce, join the Patreon free version. However, if you want to unlock the real sauce and you want to get the uncensored sauce, you want the Polynesian, the ketchup, the hot sauce, the hot honey sauce, any sauce you want, then you're going to have to click the become a member button right here. You're going to see 3 tiers. First tier is our general admission tier. You get access to some of our not safe for YouTube content, access to all of our full uncensored travel guides, exclusive behind the scenes footage, exclusive access to our private community, Patreon exclusive content, special Discord access. Next up, you get the VIP tier. If you want to go a little higher, you get access to all of our not safe for YouTube content, priority chats on YouTube, access to our members only live streams, a list of over 1,000 remote jobs, 1 free consultation question answered per month on Patreon direct message, 20% off of consultations, 10% off the merch, and even more special Discord access. And last but not least,
Spin the check and get it right back.
if you guys want to support us at the highest level, you can join the All Access Pass membership. You get 1 free consultation per month, up to 1 hour, 25% off of additional consultations throughout the month, access to a list of over 11,000 remote jobs, access to our personal cell phone numbers, free exclusive member-only meetups, VIP access and discounts on our merch, yacht parties, and other events. Guys, do not forget to join the Discord. The Discord is free. That is mentuition.discord.net. Okay. And if that doesn't work for some reason, just click the link below in the description. The Discord's right there. The Facebook group is also in the link in the description below. It's free to join the Facebook group as well. Free Discord, free Facebook. Okay. And if some of the stuff that I mentioned to you guys is just too much as far as like joining the locals for $9.99 or joining our Patreon for $20 a month, we do have a YouTube membership called the Mentuition Mafia. Shout out to all of our Mafia members, man. We appreciate you guys so much.
Honey.
If you join our YouTube membership, it's only $3.99, and it would help us out a lot. You get access to all of our IRL streams, a lot of the behind the scenes content that we do, and you'll certainly enjoy that content. Okay, so sign up for the YouTube membership. Okay, last but not least, guys, we are $250 away, guys. We're $250 away from hitting our goal for this Cuba trip. Okay, guys, so guys, send in your Cash Apps. Okay, Cash App and PayPals will be counted towards our fundraiser.
Hit the Cash App
and the PayPal.
Hit the PayPal.
So send in your donations, guys. I will read them out loud. I'll shout you out. We're so close to hitting our goal, guys. We'd really appreciate it. You guys drop some money in the bucket on this show and the next couple shows that we do, because travel expenses are super high. We're trying to send Al to Cuba, all right, and we just need as much support as possible. So we had a goal of $1,000. We're only $250 away, thanks to you guys. All right, so I will be checking our PayPal and our Cash App throughout the show. If for some reason you guys send something in and I don't announce it right away, or in the next, like 5 minutes from when you send it, just drop something in the chat. Let me know, hey Steve, I sent to PayPal. Hey Steve, I sent to Cash App, and I'll make sure to shout you out. Okay, guys, let's go through the chats real quick here. Let's see who's in here. C General says, anyone hearing about Airbnb suspending accounts, claiming sex tourism without any host complaints? Never heard of that, bro. However, in places like Colombia, okay, we do have some issues in Colombia with the whole, ex-tourism situation. So you just got to be careful with Cartagena and Medellin specifically.
Colombia.
You might see it in Cali and other places, but specifically when you're trying to book for Colombia, there'll be little blurbs that say, no sex tourism. If you are here for sex tourism, we have the right to kick you out of your Airbnb, and there's no refund. So I have seen it there. I haven't seen Airbnb will probably ban your account, after they catch you, but they shouldn't just be banning accounts for no reason. Okay, they should not just be banning accounts, because if you don't book anything, they can't just ban you, right? It doesn't make sense. But if you go to Colombia, and your Airbnb host reports you to Airbnb for ex-tourism, okay, I know how it is, chat. All right, you gotta get them hoes in.
At least while I'm there, I want to get a few hookers.
Gotta get the hookers in. I get it. But you need to be careful, because they will tell on your ass. They will snitch on you. You never know. All right. So yeah. Are there baddies in Kenya?
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that, travel lover. According to Rello, okay, there aren't baddies in Kenya, or there aren't that many. There's baddies everywhere, but is there a per capita, if you took a sample size of baddies from Brazil, or a sample size of, let's say, not baddies, but a sample size of 100 women from Brazil and 100 women from Kenya, or 100 women from Colombia, okay, or 100 women from Kenya, how many baddies, how many 8s, 9s, and 10s are going to be in that bunch? You just dig in a bowl and just pick them out. And I think that's the question. But are there beautiful women in Kenya? Of course, man. You know, I guarantee you, I could fly to Kenya tomorrow, and I'm gonna catch a bad one. But you know, there are certain countries that aren't known for their beauty, and there's other countries that are known for their beauty, and that's just the way it is. There's certain genes, gene pools, mixes of races. Some people were conquered by the Spanish, and some people were conquered by the Portuguese, and some people were conquered by, you know, whatever other country, and the mix has made the women and the men look a certain way. And so Kenya, you know, in particular, isn't necessarily known for that, but there has to be some baddies there. Okay, let's be real. Anyone else? Okay, that's the band thing. Shout out to Shabby, man. He said, "Foreigner." Appreciate you, man. You guys love that soundbite.
Foreigner.
I love it too. That's why I put it in here. Let's see. I spoke to Austin. He left Kenya. We're going to talk about that today. All right, guys. This won't be a super long show, but we are going to talk about some things within the next hour and a half. All right, let's jump into it, guys. Let's jump into it. Let me read a couple more. Kenya chicks are mid in the face, but they have bodies and booty, even the skinny ones. Black women in general have booty. Bro, I was just outside. I was literally like an hour ago, I went to go get a burger from this place in Wynwood. And before I went to the burger spot, I go to this pizza spot. Big booty black chick. I mean, she dark skinned too. She darker than me. Dark. Big old ass. Oh my goodness. Thing was just jiggling, moving. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like looking at it like, man, amazing body. Black women in particular they should work out more, but they don't have to work out to get curves. Amazing. She had one of the nicest asses I've seen. Real butt, real booty too, right? Real ass. So black women, in any culture, I don't know if you guys caught my IRL. We did an IRL in Medellin with Homies Hub, Jeff, our guy Nate. There's a couple of the people in the video, and there was just one part of the IRL where these black girls come up, and there's like 3 or 4 of them. Some of them just not good looking, but then like there was like 2 of them that were decent looking, like 5s, average, right? But the booty. Oh my goodness. I'll see if I can find it for you guys. The ass was so fat, bro. I had to get one of their numbers. I had to. Booty was crazy. So yeah, black women, man, even when they're smaller framed, skinnier, petite, they tend to have a little lump back there. You hardly ever see black women with just complete flat ass. And sometimes it'll trick you. You'll look at a black woman's ass and you're like, she don't really got an ass. But she does. It just might be the pants she has, or whatever. She's kind of small or whatever. And then when she take them pants off, and she don't got to be bent over or none, you see a little bump there. So that's just how it is with black women. I love black women. I love the fact that our women have just beautiful shapes for no reason at all. And when you get a black woman that really works out, that's really fit, and really takes care of herself, natural hair, all of that, man, there's nothing like it in the world. Okay. All right. I'll jump into more of y'all comments in a little bit. Again, guys, make sure you send in your Cash Apps. I'm looking at the Cash App right now. We need $250 more to hit our goal for Cuba. Okay. All right, guys, real quick. We have some breaking news. Passport Bros have been banned from Kenya. All right. They've been banned. Now, Kid Greatness is on his way out. Okay, these guys were big up in Kenya. Austin Holloman is already gone. All right, he's out of there. You know, we had a situation with Relo. He had to get up out of there, guys. All right. Is Kenya a place that Passport Bro should visit, or should we just say fuck it? All right, fuck going back to the motherland. Fuck being around, you know, our people, especially if you're black. If you're white, you might not care, or Latino, you may not care. But for black people, what are we supposed to do if we can't go back to the motherland, chat? If we can't go back to the motherland, what are we supposed to do? Okay. I want to go back to the motherland, chat. I want to see the beautiful African sisters. I want to see this, you know, I want to go on a safari. I want to see the lions and the tigers. You know, this is a big deal, man. You know, they done ran Relo out. They done ran Austin out. Kid Greatness is gone. Okay, guys, what are we to do when we have to, you know, just instant transmission out the bitch? I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. Deported Primo says, as a Latino, can I visit Kenya? Of course you can. Of course. There may be even some black people that say you can say the N-word. Okay, so you can definitely go to Africa, buddy. You know, hey, all right. We do not discriminate. I would watch the N-word thing. Okay, that some black people give you a pass, some people don't. But if you want to go to Kenya, you are certainly welcome to go to Kenya. Okay, hey, all right. This is we are not you know, there's no ban on Latinos. All right, shout out to you, Matt. So we're gonna bring up a couple quick videos, guys, and we're just gonna talk about the situation at hand, and kind of see what's been going on with Kenya. Okay, and my question is, guys, where did we go wrong? Okay, what happened? Because I don't know, it was all good about a week ago, about a month ago, I guess, maybe say a week ago, but about a month ago. Could this Relo situation have anything to do with it? You know, because we can revisit that a little bit. Okay,
You used to call me on my cell phone.
we can talk about it.
Can you give me my phone? Why are you holding my phone? Give me my phone!
I got 2 phones.
Give me my phone! Give me my phone! Bro, give me my phone! Give me my phone! Leave now!
I don't know. Could that be part of the situation? Who knows? Okay, we don't want to blame people and point fingers. Relo's our guy, of course, but it did, you know, Relo even knows that the situation that happened with him, it did make Kenya hot. Okay, Kenya was not a topic of discussion, really. I think, like, let's say like 3 to 6 months ago, we were talking a little bit more about Kenya because Austin and Kid Greatness went over there, and they were kind of doing this whole campaign where they were advertising it, so on and so forth, right? But, you know, Kenya never really was a place that Passport Bros were like, yo, we have to hit that up. If anything, I was hearing more about like South Africa. I was here, you know, I guess Kenya, you'd hear about Nairobi too, but like South Africa, to me, like if there was one African country that I heard that people like absolutely had to go to, it was like a South Africa. Like you got to go to Joburg, or you got to go to here or there. You know what I mean? Watching a lot of the different content creators. Was Kenya on that list? Yeah, but it wasn't necessarily first on the list. Okay, so, and I don't know if that has to do with the women or the way they look or whatever. I just think that it just wasn't necessarily first. But, you know, in recent times, we've had, you know, Austin Hullerman, Kid Greatness, really advertising how cheap it is as far as your living expenses and things you have going on. Now, one may say, hey, you know what? That Relo situation really put a damper on their viewpoint of Passport Bros. That Relo situation really, you know, fucked it up, you know, for lack of better words, chat. Like some people might think that, or maybe that is the case. So let's play a few videos, guys, and let's see what, you know, well, first, let's start with Kid Greatness. Okay. Again, this is not a guy that I've ever had a conversation with. Okay, no offense. It isn't necessarily a dude I'd see and dap up and hang out with. Maybe we would say what's up. I give him a little head nod, but we do
cover other people's content. We're respectful of other content creators, even if we don't always rock with them or agree with them or know them personally. These guys are in Kenya and they're making noise in Kenya and they're talking about Kenya a lot. He was supposed to be doing some collaborative content with Rello, which he did meet with Rello, I think, once while Rello was there. But then, of course, after the situation happened,
can you give me my phone?
He distanced himself from Rello. So let's bring up Kid Greatness and let's hear why he is leaving Kenya. Okay, and let's see if he blames it on Rello or blames it on some of the issues that have happened in recent times. Okay, James Jones says Pookie's been showing their ass in Kenya before Jay Rello. Okay, well, that's good to know. That's good to know. See, and that's what I'm saying. A lot of times people want to put the blame on Jay Rello or put the blame on this person or that person, but there's always problems that are happening in these countries. Again, guys, you know, even with Thailand, you've seen the fighting between Zoom and Tom Young Lechung or whatever his name is, Tong Young Lechung. You've seen the issue that happened recently with Travel Wilf and Tom Young, and you've seen a bunch of different stuff, you know, with Keith kicking out what's his name? Ben Vlogs, right? Just like little issues that could potentially turn into problems or fights happen. But I'm telling you, for every problem that happens with black people, there's a problem that happens with white people. There's bar fights, fist fights, motherfuckers getting beat up, stabbed on Soy 6. Okay, it happens all the time. But and there's literally videos of it. But again, when something happens, when it's melanated people, Latinos, blacks, whatever it is, there always is like a microscope on it, and it's always looked at as worse than when white people do it. White people can be acting thuggy, you know, thuggish and fucking shit up, lighting shit on fire, and no one cares. And then black people do something, and all of a sudden, we can't never get along. So, all right, let's go over this whole Kid Greatness situation. Let's hear what he has to say, why he's leaving Kenya. Do we believe him? Do we not believe him? Let's see what he has to say.
So, as you can see for the title, I am leaving Kenya and going to South Africa. Are we finally going to go to Cape Town? As of right now, I'm going back to Joburg.
And remember, guys, I believe him and Austin, or maybe it was him, or both. I don't know if it's both of them or him. They did not like South Africa. I think it was both of them. They went there. They didn't like it. They were trying to holler at girls. Girls weren't really giving them that much play. Why all of a sudden is Kid Greatness and Austin leaving Kenya? It just seems a little weird. Just a moment ago, they were championing Kenya. I love Kenya. People like Rello were messing it up. I'm going to stay here and live here, and I don't have any plans of moving. Now, all of a sudden, a few weeks later, both of them are leaving Kenya. It just sounds a little strange.
Cape Town could be on the schedule. But as of right now, I'm heading back to Joburg. I'm trying to move to Umhlanga Rock Beach, the same place. So, yeah, we're going back to Joburg. It's easier, the easiest place to get to from. See, Anonymous, I don't know if you've been to Africa. I can't say you've never been to Africa, but Africa is notorious for having some of the worst airline prices there is on planet Earth.
And Al talked about this on the last show, I believe, about how if you switched out South America and Africa, more people would travel if Africa was right below North America because of the flight costs. Traveling from country to country, certain countries, but I'd say a majority of them in Africa can be very expensive. A flight right across the border could cost $400 or $500. If you're flying between multiple countries, you could be paying thousands of dollars. That's how much you would pay to fly there from, you know, from here to Nairobi. But you're paying it in the same continent. you're paying that same price just to fly across a few borders. Doesn't make any sense. So there's not a lot of unity among the airlines and even the countries as far as like the prices of flying there. You could I'm sure take a bus or something like that, but I'm sure even traveling by bus, there's probably a bunch of stuff you got to do, your passport, a bunch of it's probably not worth it. So he does have a point, and we've talked about this multiple times. I forget which YouTuber was the one that really like honed in on like Africa just being expensive to travel to. It might have been Austin Holloman, and I think one of his lives in the past. This was back like this might have been a couple years ago, a year or two ago, when he was just traveling around everywhere, and he was talking about how expensive it is to travel to Africa. So it's unfortunate that it's that expensive, but you know what he's stating right now is 100% facts.
That's facts.
Like for me to go to Joburg, okay. So everybody wanted us to go to Ethiopia. It's literally $500 to $600 one way to go to Ethiopia. For me to fly to Joburg.
Ethiopia got the baddest chicks though. They got the baddest ones.
It's about, what did I pay? $364. So almost half. Almost half. The continent is traveling around Africa is just a pain in the ass. It's just a pain in the ass. It's just the airline prices make no sense. To go to Madagascar, which is literally like off the coast here, is $800. It's literally $800.
Chad, he's describing distance, right? A country that borders Kenya or that's right next to it or not that far, maybe the 2-hour flight, 3-hour flight or less, can cost $800 to $1,000, but flying all the way from, you know, Kenya to South Africa, which is a far longer distance, is far less money. And that happens sometimes, like from Miami to Vegas, right? Miami to Vegas, it's cheap, but that's really because they want everybody to go gamble. But I mean, you know, there's certain flights to certain places where there's hubs of that same airline or whatever, right? So, but he's right. I mean, relatively speaking, like if you're trying to fucking fly the next country over right off the coast, it shouldn't be $800 to $1,000. But yeah, that's just how Africa is.
So as of right now, the plan is to go to Joburg. And then from Joburg, what I'm thinking, because I think I really need a change of pace. Like, I love Kenya. I really do. I love Kenya with all my heart. But I don't know. I feel like staying in Kenya. Like I still got my projects going in Kenya. Like I got Umoja Village. I mean, Umoja Plaza. I got my wine dropping. I have so much stuff going on in Kenya that I'm never going to leave Kenya permanently. But I think I can't stay in Kenya like all the time. Like I really just think Kenya is, it's like it has like a bonjour. Comment vous bien? Oh, he's speaking French. I don't know. I feel like Kenya, it just kills all momentum you have as far as social media. Which it doesn't make sense though, because like, and I feel like every time I come to Kenya, for the first month, I'm good. Or the first time I get back, I'm good. And then it just goes downhill. Like it's just a repeatable pattern. So I think I'm gonna go to South Africa, and we're gonna play around in South Africa for a minute.
Chad, I really think these guys are travel-holics. Okay, travel-holics, meaning that they like to travel a lot. They can't stay in one place at once. You have to really submerge yourself in some of these places. Any place is gonna get boring. If I move to Cartagena, right, which I may do in the near future, if I live there for 6 months to a year, it's gonna get boring. It's gonna get repetitive. You know, it's just the way life is. The good news is that in Kenya, the Kenyan shilling is super low. in comparable to the US dollar. Your bang for your buck there is way better. You can live a better life. You can probably smash a lot more women or even badder chicks, even though they claim there's no bad chicks there. I mean, you can get a lot more chicks at least. I just think that these guys have been they've been in Kenya so long, and they've been kind of big upping Kenya so much that they're kind of putting more, they're putting more like glam and sauce on Kenya than it really is to it, if that makes sense. Like, Kenya's not as popping as they're trying to make it seem like it is. And I'm gonna be honest, the party scene and all that stuff just starts to get old after a while. If Kenya were like around some other cities that you could go to, like Nairobi specifically, or it was around some other cities that you could just kind of ride out to and drive to. It's kind of like, I don't know if any of you guys have ever been to DC. I'll be in DC very soon, right? In DC, you can party in DC. You can party in Virginia. You can party in Maryland, right? You can go to Baltimore. You can go to DC. You can go over to, whatever part of Alexandria, Virginia, right? It's like a big circle, and then there's a bunch of bordering states around the capital. So if one is whack, you can go somewhere else. If you're not really feeling the city girls that are from DC, then you can go over to VA and get you a girl that's more like chill. She's not really always out in the city trying to be a thought all the time. So again, I'm sure there's countryside, of course, to Nairobi, but what I'm saying is Nairobi's the main attraction. From what I'm seeing, you can't just go out of Nairobi 15 to 20 minutes out and find a super poppin' area. But in DC, you got Silver Spring, you got, Hyattsville, you got, all these different places that are Baltimore. You got all these different places that are around the kind of, they call it the Beltway, that are just fucking popping. So, these guys have been in Kenya for what, a year, maybe, or maybe a little under or over a year. I'm not exactly sure. But they've been talking Kenya up so much. That was part of the reason why Rello ended up going to Kenya, was because he was watching a lot of the videos from Kid Greatness in Austin. He even said, yo, I'm a fan of Austin. I'm a fan of Kid Greatness. I want to link up with you guys when I come there. Again, some bullshit happened, okay?
Give me my phone!
Some crazy shit happened. But, you know what I mean? When I spoke with Rello, he said that the expectation that he had was super high, and that, when he got there, it just wasn't what Austin and Kid Greatness made it out to be. And what I'm seeing is that's partly why they're leaving. They're over it. It's not what they were trying to make it out to be. They're getting popular. They're getting clout. They're probably getting a lot of women, but they're probably kind of tired of it because now they're so known. But not only that, it's kind of like, what else can I conquer? Where else can I go? What else is popping? I don't necessarily think they're going to go to South Africa and have that same, success, because South Africa, I think a lot more rich people go there. And I think it's a little harder to show up there. And correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but the South African dollar is probably worth more than the Kenyan shilling, or at least even if it's not, you're going to need a lot more money in South Africa. Like, South Africa's kind of popping now. Their music is popping right now, right? They have that Emma Piano shit. Like, South Africa, they get a lot of big artists that go there. Like, South Africa's popping. Nobody's really talking about, hey, let's all go to Nairobi. Like, people are like, no, let's go to Joburg. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's more of a destination than Nairobi is, in my opinion, for like the younger crowd. And I think it's partly just because of the music, the Amapianos, and just the artists, the dances that are out. Like, a lot of the African dances you see now on TV and shit, it's more that Amapiano type shit. So that's kind of what's popping. That's kind of what's popping. What's good, Show Nuff? Show Nuff in the building, man. What's good? What's good? But yeah, I believe that too, SK. I think that they were being paid to advertise Kenya. Like, in my opinion, I really do wholeheartedly believe that, that some just didn't seem genuine. I'm not saying that they don't like Kenya or nothing like that, but I just remember Austin doing kind of like these very like advertisey looking shorts and reels and clips on his channel, where he was trying to like sell people on buying property there. So I think that he probably got some people to come over, and then he would do like why Kenya is better than Colombia, why Kenya is better than Brazil, why I settled here, whatever. And I told you guys, bro, Austin would have not, if Austin didn't get ran out of Brazil, he would have never left Brazil. Let's just keep it a buck. He's not, like, he might have went to visit Kenya, but again, any of you guys that have never been to Brazil, never been to Rio, we're doing a Mentuition meetup for New Year's this year. We're going to drop the itinerary sometime next week. If you've never been to Brazil, okay, you've never been to Rio, your first time going with Mentuition will be the best experience you've ever had. Okay, the best experience you've ever had. So strongly consider, joining the trip with us for New Year's if you don't have anything going on. A lot of people just stay home and watch the ball drop and drink with their family and shit. Like, you can celebrate Christmas with the family. Say, hey guys, day after Christmas, I'm headed to Brazil, or maybe a couple days after Christmas, whatever. Meet us there, chill out there with us for the first week or so. Usually people are off work around that time, so something to consider, guys, because I'm telling you, Brazil is a different beast, it's a different animal, and it's just you got to check it out. So if Austin wouldn't have got ran out of Brazil, I promise you he wouldn't be talking how great Kenya is. He's only saying that it's better than Colombia and better than Brazil because he's not really allowed back in Brazil, or he's not, he can't just walk around anymore. What are the dates in December, bro? So we're looking at like a few days before New Year's, bro. So we'll drop the official dates, but for example, New Year's this year is on, I think, a Wednesday is New Year's Eve. So we would be doing a Christmas Day is the 25th, which is the Thursday. That following Thursday is New Year's Day. So really, you could pop out day after Christmas, right? That weekend. But me and Al are probably gonna be there for at least 2 to 3 weeks. So we'll be there around that time. We'll drop the official dates though, if you guys are interested. I'm telling you guys, we're gonna have a whole itinerary for you guys. The money that you spend is gonna, you're gonna put up some money to be a part of it. But basically the money that everyone spends, we're gonna have like clubs, yachts, everything will be paid for with the amount that you give us. And we're gonna have like tiers, or maybe like early bird special. If you do it now, then you'll just get locked in. And then as we get closer, it may be a little bit more money depending on how much interest. But I'm telling you guys, if you've never been to Brazil, you've never been to Rio, you definitely want to go with me and Al, because we know everything about Rio, bro, literally. And if we don't know it, we got people there that know it. So it'll be dope. During New Year's, it's super crowded, but we're gonna try to rent. Like, that's why we're gonna start now, because we want to rent out a favela that overlooks the fireworks. And we got some stuff that we're trying to do, that we're trying to get in place now before it gets too close. Okay, but it gets packed and the prices go up. Okay, guys, you know how it is, guys. Okay,
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
all right. But before we talk about Rio and all that, guys, again, we are doing a fundraiser for Cuba. We're at $250 away from our goal, so send in your Cash Apps, guys. Okay, I have not seen a Cash App yet.
Hit the Cash App.
I have not seen a PayPal yet.
Hit the PayPal.
So if you love the show, you support our work, man, drop some money in the bucket on this show. The money's gonna go straight to the Cuba trip. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we appreciate y'all. Okay. All right, let's play a little bit more of this Kid Greatness situation. Again, he's leaving Kenya. Austin's leaving Kenya. Seems a little strange that these guys are leaving at the same time, right after the Relo situation happened. So let's hear a little bit more what he has to say.
Because I think I want to go to Botswana. I think I want to go to Swaziland, Eswatini. I think I want to go to Lesotho, Namibia. Yeah, I just think I need to change it up. I think if being in Kenya long term is just like killing the channel. It's just like, stop being complacent. It's not being complacent. Like,
why is it killing the channel? Chat, why do you think that him being in Kenya is killing his channel views? Do you think if he was in Colombia or Brazil, the channel views would be higher? Do you think if he goes to Joburg, do you think the views would be higher, and why? Okay. Rello got flack for saying that the women were mid. Do you think, you know, it'd be crazy, chat, if him and Austin go to Joburg and immediately they're putting all these girls on their lives? Wouldn't that be crazy? Wouldn't that be funny? Okay, so they're making fun of Rello. Hee hee ha ha. Yo, the women here are beautiful. Rello's a crash out, blah, blah, blah. They're talking all this shit on them, right? But what he's basically saying is Kenya's not good for content, which is contradictory to what they were saying before, which how great Kenya is, and come live here, come move here. The women are beautiful, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Now, I haven't been to Kenya yet. I haven't even been to Africa yet. But let me ask somebody in the chat. Anybody that's been to Africa, are the girls in Joburg better looking than the girls in Kenya? What's your take? And don't give me that, oh, it's subjective, it's what you think, it's beautiful. Like, no, like, we can look at a woman and say, damn, she's really beautiful. She has beautiful features. She got a fat ass. She's this, she's that. Like, she's got long flowing hair, or she's got a big afro. I'm not talking about making fun of the specifics of what black women look like. I'm just talking about which women look better, right? We can do it here. I think the bitches in Miami look better than bitches in LA. The bitches in Miami look better than the chicks in LA, in my opinion. They look better than chicks from New York. Miami has the most beautiful women in the whole United States. Miami, Orlando, right? Florida in general, to me, beats every place. I'm not saying that women in other places are ugly per se. I'm just saying that they look better here. So I'm wondering why Kid Greatness is saying that it's not good for content. And then what would be hilarious is if him and Austin go there and immediately start putting women on. Damn, look at all the baddies, dog. We're not getting none of that content from Kenya. We're not getting none of that. No one's going around and putting beautiful women from Kenya on their streams, or even just, you know, just out and about. It doesn't even have to be sitting and doing the casting couch thing. I'm just talking about like out and about, risen girls, even just walking footage of Kenya, and you're seeing dimes, 8s, 9s, and 10s walking by. My guess is if you're in Joburg, right, in some of these famous places where Amapiano's big, they got all these clubs and stuff, that you're going to see bad bitches. You're going to see dimes in Joburg. I don't even got to be there to tell you that they're going to be there. They're going to be outside. Okay, so that's my question. That's my question. Why is he saying there's no content to be, you know, recorded? His channel numbers, his channel, that's what it is. Kid Greatness and Austin's numbers are going down in Kenya. They were going up in Brazil for Austin. They were going up in Colombia for Austin. Why are they going down in Kenya? I'll let you guys be you guys can decide. Okay.
What percentage of your audience are from Africa? Probably, I don't know, probably half. A large percent of it is Kenya. I have a large South African following too. I'll probably say like half. Half of my audience comes from Africa. I wanted to invite you to the Matatu Fest, known as Beba Awards. That will take place on the 5th of December. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be in Kenya on the 5th of December, to keep it honest with you. Isn't Botswana an expensive tourist spot? You'll be out there. Because I don't know. Like, I'm thinking about, like, I've been, look, for the past, let me bring on my laptop. We can do this math together. But
yeah, I agree, man. Ethiopia is top tier. Ethiopian women are the baddest chicks I've ever seen. I've been on record saying this. Ethiopian women look better than Latina women. Okay, I'm gonna say it again. God.
Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished?
Let's go big screen. Ethiopian women are better than Latina women, and I love Latina women. Okay, Ethiopia is in Africa.
I love big booty Latinas.
Okay, I wish I love big booty Ethiopians. I've only been fortunate enough to fuck one Ethiopian girl. I got lucky, and I'll be in DC very soon. And if I can bag one, I'm gonna try to bag one, but they are difficult to bag because they're very cliquish, very clannish. They only tend to, you know, fuck with other Ethiopians. Sometimes you'll get a rogue one, okay? An Ethiopian woman who's just like, I don't care, I don't fuck, I'm a, whoever I like. She was kind of that kind of Ethiopian girl. Like, yeah, I'm gonna try to, you know, date and marry an Ethiopian guy, but like if I like this dude, like, yeah, he's, you know what I'm saying? I used to go to this African club in Silver Spring, Maryland. Okay, all Africans, you know, Ivory Coast, right? You think of any part of Africa, they would play a part of the music of every culture, but they would never play really Ethiopian music, okay, with the neck shit and the shoulder shit and all that, and the Sudanese and all of that. They wouldn't do their music, but sometimes you would see them in the club, but it would be a small, like, it'd be like 5 of them. You know what I mean? 2 girls and 3 guys, and they come and party with all the other Africans. It's kind of like they've been, I'm not gonna say they've been shunned, but Ethiopia, like they keep their, like, you know what I'm saying? Nigeria, Kenya, all them will party together and shit. Even South Africa, like they're all party together. But Ethiopian and Sudanese motherfuckers, they don't really be in there like that. The East African ones, you know what I'm saying? They don't really be fucking with other, you know, races, even American black guys that much. But I got really, really fortunate. I was at a club. Shorty was about to move to Atlanta, and she, you know, I one night standed her too, which was crazy. When I went to Toronto with King 68 the Great, the baddest bitch that was in the club in Toronto. Toronto has a lot of Ethiopians, a lot of East Africans, Eritrean, Ethiopian, whatever, right? The baddest chick. I'm telling y'all, we're in Toronto. Bad bitches everywhere. The baddest, like I'd say top 3 girls that was in the clubs that me and him was going to. She came to both clubs. She was in the bowling alley we went to, and then she came to this after party. Big old ass, beautiful face. Oh my God, drop dead gorgeous Ethiopian girl, bro. Yeah, Ethiopian chicks are the baddest. They just are. Okay, so yeah. You know, I'm not going to go a whole segment on it, but I'm telling you, when you get one, when you see one that's like really pretty, she just shits on every girl. Like if I took an Ethiopian girl to Colombia, like walked around with her in Parque Aris or something, like around the hoes, the girls would probably be like, what the fuck is that? And who, like, what? They be looking like, they would be like, whoa. Like, they would be astounded. You know what I mean? Like I got that, like I'm telling you. So I can't speak any more highly of Ethiopian women. They really, when they're pretty, you know what I'm saying? They're just, there's nothing like their face and the body and everything. I got lucky almost once with this other Ethiopian girl. She had like a big booty, and but she kind of had a little odor. She had a little BO. I was like, nah, I'm good on that. I was like, yeah, you kind of stank a little bit. But she was cute too. But yeah, anyway. Ethiopian girls, bro. If you've never seen one before, you know what I mean? My first experience with one was in DC. I was at a club when I first moved to DC, like my first year. I go to this club and I see these like 3 girls, and one had like curly hair, big grin. Ethiopians have these big smiles, grins. And I'm looking like, is she Latina? Like, what is she? Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, I didn't know what she was. And then eventually I learned, oh, she's Ethiopian. So now I can spot an Ethiopian woman instantly. That's another thing I like about Ethiopian women is like when I go past a woman, she Ethiopian. Like it's not even I'm not guessing anymore. They have a look to them. Okay. All right, let's see what else he says here.
I really feel like
and I think what's his name is in Ethiopia. What's his name? I'll remember his name in a second, but he's in Ethiopia right now. And literally he was stuck there for a minute and didn't want to leave because just the women are so bad.
Kenya really handicaps me a lot. Like Kenya is a blessing too, but it also handicaps me because it comes to a point where like it just doesn't work. Like, let's look at this for a minute. Since I've been back in Kenya, I have been going live every day. So look at this, every day, multiple times a day. So from the 25th, so let's just do this. So I've been going live almost every day for, let's go all the way back. Damn. For almost 2 months straight. Damn, man. I'm back in the game. Okay, so since like the 8th, I've been going live every day without fail, every day. So we're looking at how many lives is this? So this is 1, 2, 5 days. This is a lot of fucking 65 lives. And I've been going live for consistently since like August 13th. So I've been going live almost every day on YouTube. So basically, I've done over 65 lives. And then if you include TikTok, I mean, not lives for the past
All right, get to the point, brother.
month and a half. So
I think his point is that he's not getting the views. I literally skipped up like fucking 20 seconds and he still hasn't said what he's supposed to say.
And I feel like I appreciate everybody that did it, that been supporting and watching the lives. But if I feel like if I've been in any other place, if I was in Brazil, if I was in Thailand,
I rest my case, Your Honor.
If I was in Europe somewhere, because even I'm looking at the numbers from like when I came from Europe.
He's literally about to, guys, I have not watched this. He's literally about to say what I just said. If he was in these other countries, Brazil, Colombia, it would be more views. Okay, we don't even have to watch any more from this point. This is exactly what I'm saying. So these guys are YouTubers at the end of the day. They have to make money. And part of making money is being around beautiful women and being in places that are popping. And it's not the same shit all the time. The cool thing about Brazil is not just because there's beautiful women. You have the beach, you have the women, you have favela parties, you have, you know, soca music, you have, I said soca music, you have Brazilian funk music, you have Brazilian carnival. Soca music is you know, Caribbean music. But what I'm saying is, shit, if he was in Caribbean, if he went to Trinidad or if he went to Jamaica or somewhere, the views would be up, right? Kenya is Kenya, and I'm sure there's culture there, and there you can go on a safari and shit. But like outside of Nairobi and maybe some other cities that are there, like there probably isn't that much to do. And then yeah, you throw in that the women aren't as bad as what you're gonna see in a Brazil. That's why people aren't fucking watching, bro. That's exactly what I just said. So I don't need to watch the whole 2 hours and 31 minutes to know what this is gonna be about, because we kind of know what he's gonna say here. So that's what I'm saying. Now, again, one may say, well, Rello, the way he said it, he didn't have to come out and say the women are mid or ugly or whatever he said. I get it. But basically, you know, he's not saying the women are ugly. He probably won't insinuate that. But I'm going to keep it a buck, bro. Brazil, Europe, wherever else he's going to name off and rattle off here are going to be, is more lit, more shit to do. And number 3, which is a big one, there's going to be badder chicks. Okay, we want to see the baddies. Where the baddies at? Where the hoes at? Okay, for those of you who want to see the Ethiopian girl, I'll see if I can look her up. To be honest, I don't like showing girls on stream because there's like that reverse image search shit that niggas can do. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really want to have a situation where people are, you know, looking up girls that I'm posting and then messaging her. But let me see if I can find a picture of her. Let me see if I can find a picture of her. This was a minute ago, guys. This was like 2019, 2018 type shit. And I got to remember her name, but I will try to look her up. I think, man, I'd have to look through my, let me see if I can find it. Like, I remember what I said to her. Hold on. Hold on, Chad. I'm gonna see if I can do a search in my messages and see if I can find her. Hold on. Let me see if I can find her. Is this her? This might be her right here. Oh yeah, here she go. Ooh, I found her. Yeah, she was cute. All right, I'm gonna send this picture to my computer. I'll show y'all her. Damn, it's been a minute. I'm a little Ethiopian girl, man. I love Ethiopian girls. Let me see. All right, I'm gonna show y'all a picture of her. Y'all be on that. Some of y'all just be on that goofy stuff. Yo, he was on the live and he said something about you. And I'm like, y'all, why do y'all do that? Men, you know what I'm saying? We're just having conversation, man. It's guy talk. Like, I'm not saying anything bad about her. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to find a picture like back when I was with her so you guys can see too. You know, Ethiopian girls, man. Cutie. Yeah. Now, granted, there's been badder Ethiopian girls. There's always prettier ones, but she was cute. All right, I'm going to get a picture. I'm going to screenshot one more. But yeah, so you know how I found her? I literally put like I knew a conversation me and her had, and I was like, let me just type in, you know, like a word that would have been in our conversation, and then it came up, like the AI brought it up. So shout out to AI, bro. AI is getting crazy. All right, she's got too many reels, guys. I'm trying to find a good, like a picture that you can see her face. Give me one more second here. But yeah, like Ethiopian girls are tough to like be with. Like, you're not gonna just like get an Ethiopian girl and just be like, okay, like they are. You got to really run some game to really do what you got to do with it. All right, yeah, her pictures are trash, and literally, it's not even any pictures of her. It's like pictures of like shit that I don't like. She's just posting stuff that doesn't have anything to do with anything. I hate when girls have bad pictures, bro. Like, and it's not, now I'm not talking like she's ugly. It's just like, it's all the pictures are far away, or she's like traveling a lot. So I'm trying to find like a good one where it's like her face. Okay, this is a good one. We'll try this. All right, so I'll send these two. But yeah, like, it's, you know, sometimes you luck out and that's the thing with us, man. Like, as guys, we just want to try to like collect all the fucking Pokemon. Like, it's not even always about like, you know what I mean? Like, we just like, I'm just trying to like get me Ethiopian, a chick from, you know, Thailand, a Vietnamese girl, like foreigner. I just want to like gather them all. Got to catch them all, right? All right, let me send this real quick. Hold on. All right, let me airdrop this. Oops. All right, there we go. Yeah, but like, so there's really no like cap in my rap chat. Like, if I say that I did something, I did it. I don't need to like make up stories like these other doofies. A lot of other people do that shit, but I'm serious, and I'm only bringing it up because of like, just for context. We're talking about Africa, and I recall certain things. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember there was that one big booty Nigerian chick that I smashed. Man, she was bad. You know what I mean? Like, I've lived a pretty good life, bro. Like, I really have like smashed some really, you know, decent to like hot chicks. Like, so and just like chicks from different cultures. So I'm super proud of that. Like, as a guy, like, makes me happy, right? Like yeah, like I fucked a girl from Thailand before. Like, yeah, it's cool. She was super cool. Like, it's not even about like talking sexually. It's just like, yeah, I chill with her. She was cool. Like, she made me some pad thai. Like, you just have like really cool conversation about like chicks you've been with. Okay, so here's the shorty right here. So we're at the club. You know what I'm saying? I see her, and I think I'm dancing or something. I'm like just dancing, like two-stepping, kind of dancing by myself, whatever. I was a really good dancer back in the day. I don't dance as much anymore. But I see her. She starts looking at me, like eyeing me. This is like, Ethiopian girls have this look. They like have this very like grinny grin. Their eyes, it's just immediately I can just like, you're Eritrean or Ethiopian, whatever. Like, same shit basically. Eritrea and Ethiopia. But yeah. So I game her up. We dance. Her friend basically leaves her, like, you can go with him if you want to go with him. Like, her friend like passes, like, she's basically being like the wing woman, and she's moving to another state, and And yeah, I just, smash. It was fun. I had a great time with this girl. Never heard from her again. Never talked to her again, really. We kept up a little online, and then just like, you know what I'm saying? And this isn't even like the baddest joint. Like, this is like, you know what I mean? This is like okay work. But I'm telling you, like, from here it gets like better. Like it's like progress. Like, she's not, I give her like she's like a little above average. She's probably like a 6, like 5, 6 at the time that I was with her. These are a little later pictures, probably from recent, but like, she's younger, hotter, body tighter, right? She's looking sexy. And I just was like, yeah, bring that ass here. Like, let's go, let's chill, whatever, what we doing. I was super smooth with it. I was like, yo, like, I think I like asked to use her bathroom or something. And she started laughing. She's like, you really got to use my bathroom? I'm like, I really did have to use the bathroom. And then, yeah, I just fucking went crazy. So, and that was my first time with the Ethiopian chick. I've had other Ethiopian girls look at me before. I got some numbers, but this was the first time I'm like literally, had one like in bed. So it was dope. It was a dope experience. And I hope when I go back to DC soon, I can bag me another Ethiopian chick, because I'm basically looking bad. But yeah. So yeah, she was cutie. She was a cutie. In Rio, she doesn't get picked. Yeah, no, I mean, no. Bro, trust me. If you guys anybody that's from DC or Toronto, been to Toronto, tell me I'm lying. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Ethiopian girls rival any girl from any culture. Like, you guys know, like, I can bring an Ethiopian girl to Rio, and if she bad, like, let's take a bad Brazilian chick from Rio and a bad Ethiopian chick from Toronto, and I bring her down to Brazil. She still got, she got a body and stuff too. I'm telling you, like, she's up there or beating them. It's not like they're smoking her. I'm telling you, Ethiopian chicks are bad, bro. What's his name with the Ethiopia guys? What the fuck? I'm drawing a blank. What's the dude that's in C3? It's Keys, it's Sin, and what's the third guy's name? I'm really not joking. I'm just drawing a blank. I'm super tired. Lord, yeah, Lord was in Ethiopia, and I think Keys was making a joke like, yo, like, Lord didn't even want to leave Ethiopia because it's just the badness. Let me see if Lord has a video of Ethiopia. Here we go. Yeah. As soon as I type in Lord's name, the first thing comes up is him in Ethiopia. Let's see what kind of heat he got. Oh, it's premiering. Okay. So he ain't even dropped this one yet. I'm telling you, man. Let me see if he got another one up. Let me see if he got another one up in Ethiopia. Let me see if he got another one. Yeah, he got. Yeah.
Growing up in America.
I don't even want to I just want to see the girl parts. Because you know how he always show the baddies. Let's just watch the intro. Let's see if he show them. I'm telling you, man. Don't play with Ethiopia, bro. And ain't that shit that they be trying to show on yeah, he got one in the thumbnail on that one, but I'm telling you, man. And this ain't even really, like I said, he's not. We gotta go to like an Instagram page. Shout out to Mr. D. Mr. D be sending me Ethiopian. There go one. Yeah, there you go. That's one. That's a good one. But like Ethiopian people, no Diddy with because I'm lumping the guys in and the women, but like, they're not ugly people. Like, they kind of have features that are very, good looking if you're trying to like procreate and have kids. So I'm gonna guess Lord's next video that he's gonna drop will be better. Yeah. His next video with the shorty in the thumbnail will probably be better, because I'm not seeing too many girls as I'm kind of scrolling through this. He don't even look Ethiopian. But Lord could probably pass as Ethiopian too. So they don't even be knowing sometimes, especially he got that complexion. Like the grin. You see the smile? It's something about their smiles. They have like very white teeth, and it's very like, I don't know what it is, we'll go into this maybe on the next show, chat. I mean, when he drops the second one. But I'm just being honest with you, bro. Ethiopian girls, bro. W's in the chat for Ethiopian chicks, bro. Yeah, I mean, y'all may think that the baddest Brazilian may defeat an Ethiopian chick. I don't think so. But yeah, man, it's all opinion at that point. All I'm saying is like, don't sleep on Ethiopian women. They're super bad. All right. Let's do another video with regards to Kenya, guys. Let's check out this one from Giamo Jackson real quick. Shout out to Giamo. He made a video called "They Want to Ban Passport Bros Because of Jay Rello in Nairobi, Kenya." Let's hear what he has to say about this one. This is my first time watching this.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Giamo back with another video. Guys, right now I'm here in Chativa, Spain. As you can see, having a jolly old time. But guys, today I'm not going to be talking about that. Recently, something came to my attention that there's a number of Kenyans that want to ban passport bros. And the reason why this came to my attention is because there's a YouTuber that goes by the name of Nana Kwaku that posted a picture of this group of Kenyans that want to do this. And guys, let me show you some of the views here real quick. But yeah, but this group of Kenyans requested to their president, William Ruto, that passport bros be banned from Kenya. Which I'm not going to lie to you, I find that hilarious because there are several other more pressing issues in Kenya that they could be protesting, that they could be really giving their energy towards, but yet here we are. They want to ban passport bros. But guys, before I get into why I think that's hilarious, guys, the first thing that I'm going to talk about, actually, before I get into that, is Nana Kwaku. So guys, for whatever reason, he's been making reaction videos about me, which is fine. That's perfectly fine, but he's been disrespecting me. He said that my online moves have been bitch moves, just using words that he said. Also, he's been lying about me to his small audience. Now, like I said, it's a small audience that he has, but it's still to the public nonetheless. And I find it interesting that he's choosing to lie about me because he even admitted this on his channel that YouTube flagged him for using deceitful tactics. YouTube thinks that you are a scammer, Nana Kwaku. They deleted your accounts. The only reason why I know this is because you talked about it. I'm just speaking facts here. So YouTube thinks you're deceitful. I'm telling you out of my own mouth that you're a liar, that you've lied about me on your channel for only God knows why. Because I don't really know this person. I don't really know this person. And honestly, it's disgusting what Nana Kwaku is trying to do. He's trying to be a wannabe Charlie Kirk. And it's not just him. There are several others like this, but I'm going to go ahead and break it down. Also, guys, I might be breathing a little heavy because, you know.
All right, let's move up a little bit and shout out to Giamo beefing with some guy named Nana Kwaku. But let's see what he says specifically about Kenya. I want to hear more about Kenya. I know there's always some beefs going on, but let's see if we can skip up to that part.
This is an African, which there's nothing. And also, I just want to say, before I get into what I'm about to say real quick, you know, any Africans who are listening to this, I don't mean to say anything hurtful, but this disrespect requires me to stand 10 toes down on my business right now. So,
and also real quick, I think he does make a point, guys, that Kenya has way more important things and other countries have way more important things to deal with than a passport bro or a Rello showing up and saying that the women are mid and the country is poor, whether they like it or not, you know, and the whole situation that happened. I'm not taking up for Rello. I get it. Some of the things that he said were, you know, he could have said them differently or done things differently, not gotten to it with that girl, all of that. But what I'm saying is like, there's a lot more going on in this country that, you know what I mean, that should be attended to. And it's just interesting how something like that could blow up so big where you have all these YouTubers commenting on it, but there's real things going on, real poverty going on, real political things that are going on in these countries that need to be addressed. And Jay Rello is the topic of discussion for a month. So I get what Giamo's saying. Like, it's the flip side of it is, well, he shouldn't have said that. He's there in the country disrespecting it, whatever. But the other coin is like, okay, is it really that big of a deal? Like, you know what I'm saying? And if there's a problem, call the police, right? Or figure it out, right? Like, it doesn't have to be blown up to this big thing. But that's the thing. People want a story. You know what I mean? These Instagram pages, these news stations, they want a story, and that was a story.
I'm about to let it rip. But anyways, yeah, he's African, and once again, just from watching some of his channel, I know that he's an African living in the United States, which to me I find to be the most egregious thing is that you are trying to pivot because whatever you've been doing on your YouTube channel hasn't been successful. You're trying to pivot and now talk badly about, passport bros, which let's really break it down here. We're talking about black men, from the United States. And you're trying to profit off that. But I find that disgusting because the benefits that you get right now, like I said, being an African living in the United States, guess who fought for those benefits? Guess who protested for those benefits? You know what I'm saying? Guess who got beaten for those benefits? Guess who got murdered for those benefits? Black men from the United States. Also black women too.
And African slaves initially, though. His point, I get what he's saying, but they came from Africa.
Let me not leave them out. Black men and black women. So you're trying to profit.
Like my great grandfather was a slave, or like his dad was a slave. Like we're not that far from slavery, chat. So like my grandfather's grandfather was a slave, and my grandfather was around when he, you couldn't go outside. You had to drink from different fountains. Emmett Till was lynched. People were being hung from trees. This was only 80 years ago or something like that. It wasn't that long ago, is what I'm saying. Like, it seems like it's been a while, but we're not that far removed from black people just getting lynched. Okay, not that long ago.
Talking badly about black men, but at the same time, these same black men, I'm talking historically here, that if it wasn't for us, you wouldn't be able to receive the benefits that you're receiving now while you're living in Dallas or wherever you are living in the United States. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I find that it's disgusting that there are people like Nana Kwaku and stuff like that. And it's not just Nana Kwaku. There's other Kenyans that share these similar thoughts, whether they be in the United States, whether they be in Kenya. And like I said earlier, I'm going to talk about why I think it's sad, hilarious that there are Kenyans who want to ban passport bros, from Kenya. Guys, let me just show you the view here. The view does.
I know that nigga out of breath, but it's just like hiking up Machu Picchu and shit, and the Inca fucking pyramids and shit.
Nice, can't lie to you. But anyways, to me, the reason why it's sad is because there are other issues in Kenya that they could be, talked about using their energy towards, talking about land equality, talking about the taxes that their president's trying to put on them, kind of unfair taxes. There's a lot of other things, but also there's another topic that I find to be very interesting. That's kind of similar, that goes hand in hand. God, let me show you the final view here. That kind of goes hand in hand, and that is, talking about white men, because I just find it incredible that I don't condone what Jay Rello did at all. I think it's disgusting, but at the same time, that's just one person. You know what I mean? That's just one person, and to try to ban all passport bros, it's crazy because let's be honest. I don't want to go too deep in the history books, but white men have been violating Kenyans for centuries. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking, century. I think it was 1895 they started the East Africa Proctorate. Historians, please back me up. You know what I'm saying? And I know you guys obviously got your independence in 1963, but guys,
sometimes your own worst enemies are your own people, right? And people that look like you. So just because, I get it, white people have been doing stuff, but, yeah, I mean, they're not going to focus on that. What did I say earlier, chat, when I started the video? I said white people go over to Thailand and get in fights and do the same janky, backhanded stuff that black people are doing over there. Literally bloody fist fights. Bloody fist fights, like in the middle of Soy 6, punching each other out, knocking each other out, right? Bar fights, pool sticks being, slammed on top of people's heads, beers being thrown, and it maybe even makes the news, but it's just like, oh, okay, it's all right because they're all white, right? Like, and then when black people do something, oh, look at them, they some NIGGERs, they passport bros is ruining this and that. That's how it always is for black people, bro. I've dealt with this my whole life. Even in college, I remember me and Al were literally renting out places to like throw parties. White boys would do some crazy shit, right? You know what I mean? Fucking fucking burn trash cans and shit and fucking beat each other up. that place will be open again next week, right? Black people do something, it's shut down forever for the rest of the semester, for the whole school year. Nobody got shot, nobody got stabbed, just a fight, just a regular fight. But it's black people, right? It's just something we have to deal with as black people. There's not really a way around it. We just have to understand that when we do something, it's just gonna be, it's gonna be a problem and it's gonna be an issue, and people are gonna blow it out of proportion. So as a black person, you just have to go, okay, this is a handicap that I kind of have to deal with, and it is what it is. And shout out real quick to our guy CJ coming in with the $25 Cash App. Thank you so much, man. We gotta play it for you, bro. Here you go, hey.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar. Spin the check and get it right back.
Shout out to CJ comes in with the $25. He said it's for the hookers.
I want some hookers.
Hey man, appreciate you, CJ. Thank you so much, man. That's our first donation of the show, guys. We are still doing our Cuba fundraiser, guys. We have $225 left to go. Thanks to CJ, we were at $250. So let me go ahead and update this banner real quick at the bottom, guys. You see it scrolling there. CJ just donated a generous 25. So let me knock it down to 225 left to raise for our Cuba goal. Let me put it back on the screen. There it is. Mintuition 225 away from the Cuba goal. So, man, appreciate you so much, CJ. Thank you. And guys, if you're enjoying the show, drop some money in the bucket. All right, hit the Cash App. Shout out to Floyd. Hit the Cash App.
Hit the Cash App.
Hit the PayPal.
Hit the PayPal.
Okay, the Cash App and the PayPal will be counted towards the goal, guys. We're not counting. You can send in super chats and I'll still read them, give them priority, of course. But YouTube takes 30%. And at this point, we're so close to getting the goal finished that YouTube doesn't pay out for at least like 30 days. We wouldn't even have the money before the trip. So yeah, make sure you guys send in those Cash Apps and those PayPals. All right. But thank you again, CJ. So what was I talking about, chat, before I did that? I was talking about, we were talking about Giamo. And yeah, so Giamo makes a great point, chat. They got a lot of stuff going on in these countries, and taxes and poverty and this and that. And I get it. The Relo thing was a moment. It was an episode. But chat, when we look back at it, was it really that big of a deal? Should it have been blown up to be so big? Did it need to last as long as it did? Are people just clip farming at this point? They're really just trying to find a moment to get clips. They don't really care about this Relo thing anymore. They just want to get the views and the hits. Okay, that's what happens. If something big is going on, right? Like right now in the streamer world, the IRL world, DDG is beefing with a guy named Jay Cinco. Okay, these two are beefing now. So now everyone's doing reactions to DDG versus Jay Cinco. He was with Kai Cenat. They were at Mafiathon. There was an issue. There was a problem. And now everyone's doing these reactions because they want to get the views, right? They may care about it, but some people may not. But it's a hot topic, right? And I get it. We kind of do the same thing. We talk about hot topics, but it's like, how many videos are you going to make? How many times are you going to talk about it? There's people still talking about this J Relo shit. We're like this, whatever the African guy's name that he's talking about right here, that Giamo's talking about in the video, he's still talking about Relo. We off of that, right? People said what they had to say. They didn't agree with them. I told Relo what I had to tell him behind the scenes. I don't agree with the way he handled everything, but Relo's still my guy, and some people just need to learn, man. They need to learn from their mistakes. They need to go to these countries and mess up and learn. And it sucks that sometimes these mess ups can go viral or be big, but it is what it is. Okay, it is what it is. So let's play a little bit more of this, and then we'll go on to the next topic, or video, I should say.
the yes master spirit still exists in Kenya. And I'm going to break it down here real quick. The fact that for those that don't know, who may or may not know, there was a situation by the name of Mike Oliver about three or 4 years ago. This white man went to Kenya and specifically for sex tourism. And the reason why I know he specifically went for sex tourism is because he wrote it on social media. He didn't go there for the safaris. He didn't go there for the cuisine. He didn't go there for the Kenyan culture. He went there to smash Kenyan mothers, Kenyan sisters, Kenyan nieces, Kenyan wives, and he smashed 50 of them. You know what I mean? And not only did he smash them, he took pictures and he posted it online. And, you know, honestly, when I saw that, I was like, you know, when I was doing some research for this video, when I saw it, I was like, surely in the comment section, there's going to be outrage. There's going to be vitriol. They're going to be in the comment section. There's going to be people are saying, we must keep white sex tourists out of Kenya. Surely I would see that. That's what I thought I was going to see. But I was wrong. I was wrong. You know what I saw? I saw people, Kenyans, saying that it was the women's fault, that they were too easy. They were too loose. It was their fault. I saw Kenyans saying that he should go to Uganda and take pictures. I saw comments that basically were saying men will be men. And also to add on to this, it's alleged, I don't know for sure, but it's alleged that he had HIV. So it was alleged that he was spreading HIV and doing all this within the Kenyan community. But there's no outrage when this Mike Oliver white man is doing this. No saying, oh, we should ban all white male sex tourists. Nothing like that from the Kenyans, which I find that to be very interesting. And some of you might say, oh, Jamo, that was 3 years ago. Guys, I'll take you to 2 months ago. For those that don't know, there's an army base called Batuk, which is a British army base about an hour and a half, 2 hours from Nairobi, north of Nairobi. And about 2 months ago, there was a British officer who had to be sent back home because it was alleged that he raped a Kenyan woman. You know what I mean? But do I hear outrage? Do I hear vitriol? Do I hear any of this from Kenya? I don't. Nope. So the reason why I'm saying all this is because, you know what I'm saying? The idea that in Kenya that they need to ban passport bros. And like I said, and let's be real here. We're talking about, you know, black men from the US. Like I said, is hilarious. It's sad. It's very telling of people who think like that.
Shout out to Giamo, man. He's coming with a different perspective. We'll end it there, guys, with his perspective. But I do think that's an interesting take. And he's right. He's not lying about it. You know what I'm saying? White guys can go over there and have their way. You know, they got money. They going over there paying the same girls that you've seen in Relo's thing, and they're getting them. You know, they're graping them. They're getting them to do cornos. We'll call it with a C. You know what I'm saying? They're doing all this funky, nasty stuff with the girls, exploiting them because they need money, and you know, videotaping it all and doing wild shit. And Kenyans seem to not be outraged about that. I don't see any outright. There's nothing going on, right? Right. But let a black person do it. A black African American male from, you know, the States coming over there, right? It's a problem. I'm not saying that the stuff that's happening isn't problematic. I'm not pushing away the Relo situation as if it wasn't a big deal and that there was some bad things that happened. But I'm just saying, like, other people are coming over there and doing bad stuff too. So it's interesting. It's very interesting. We're harder on each other than we are on other races who are exploiting us. And it's always been like that. You know, you can go to Kenya, man. You in some of these African countries, the Chinese own a good amount of it, right? Other countries own a lot of the land, and there's a bunch of corruption and this and that, but no one says anything. They you know, something happens with a passport, bro, and it's the biggest problem in the world. But they have bigger problems. They have bigger fish to fry in Kenya. Let's just be honest. So I'm happy that the Relo thing is blown over. And I think Relo's learned his lesson. I think Relo really enjoyed and loved Kenya. He got to really, like, it's kind of like me when I was in Thailand. I really started to like Thailand in the last like 3 or 4 days. Like, I liked it, but like I really, really started to understand why guys move out there and stay out there and just live a better life. You know, sometimes, guys, I'm thinking like, man, you know, I'm getting all these opportunities here in the United States, and it's dope. Like, it's dope to be able to work with a King 6'8". It's dope. I'm going to Chris Brown's concert next week. I'm going to meet, you know, Chris Brown, and, you know, and I've already met him actually, but Chris Brown and Tyga, and I saw French Montana, and I'm meeting all these celebrities and all this stuff. But I'm like, man, like, this is cool and all, but do I want to do this forever? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would rather be in Brazil. I would rather, you know what I'm saying? Like, or come back to Miami sometimes and like do it. But like, do I want to just like be around all these clout chasing people or people who are just like think they're important? And I don't know. Like, I'm good. Like, it's kind of like, so it's a double-edged sword. But I did tell myself if I'm going to stay in the United States, I'd have to be working alongside celebrities or like the upper class. I'm not working bullshit jobs, you know, customer service, whatever. And if I did do customer service, it would be I work from home or I work from another country and I make the money here. This is the only way I do it. Otherwise, I don't want to live here. That's basically what it is. I don't want to live in the United States. I don't mind visiting. I don't mind having property here if it's affordable, but what's the point of being here? Big Mike says, Steve, there's a white guy who's having Kenyan women eating his groceries on camera. He puts on Cornhub. Yeah, somebody sent me some Cornhub stuff. One of supporters chat sent me like a whole like you know, what are the Cornhub, but it was like a Cornhub category. You know what I'm saying? With just all these white dudes exploiting African women. And yeah, you know, smashing them out. You know what I mean? Paying money. Yeah. Getting them to do weird stuff, like not even just regular corno, like they're literally getting them to do like stuff like that. Yeah. There's no outrage. There's no outrage. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares.
Nobody cares, nigga.
No one complains.
We do not care.
But when, you know, Rello comes over, it's all of a sudden a big deal. You know, but yeah, those women are being exploited for sure. For sure. Clay said, yeah, out in Atlanta, you still hear about black people getting hung in the woods. Yeah, it still happens today. There was one that just happened last week or the week before. I think it was maybe in Georgia or one of the Carolinas, one of them southern states, where a guy was a black man, a young black man in college was hung from a tree. Yeah, still happens. Still happens. You know, you don't hear about that in Brazil. As much as they say they're racist out there, you don't hear about that in Brazil. Never heard about a black person being hung in Thailand. Right? You ever hear about that in Colombia? Right? I know they got other shit in Colombia now. I know they got
Scopolamine.
Okay.
The devil's breath.
But you never, I mean, you have a chance of surviving that. Being hung from a tree, it's, you know, good luck. Good luck. So, okay, shout out to Giamo, man. He comes up with a good point. What do you guys think about that? You think that Kenya has a bigger fish to fry? Why are they focusing on these things? And then also there's white men coming there doing, right? Rello makes videos of him smashing girls live, I guess, but like there's literally whole channels, corn channels of white guys exploiting Kenyan women, like just hundreds of them, thousands of them, smashing them on camera. They got kids, they got husbands, all of that, right? And it sometimes, Chad, it does come down to money too, right? Rello's giving them whatever, you know, however many shillings that he agreed on with the women, right?
We had 10
He didn't agree no 10 cents.
But the white boys come over there and they got that money. The white boys might offer them $200, $300, $400, $500 US to do all that stuff. And then they're like, sure, cameras, I don't care, right? Like they're the white boys is coming over there with the bag. You know, what I've realized, chat, before we move on to the next thing, the white guys that are in these like corn websites and stuff, they have a lot of money. They're like rich white boys. And $500 or $1,000 is nothing to them. Like it literally is nothing to them. They're either like trust fund babies or they have a successful corn website or production company that would paying like, because think about it. Here in the United States, they'd have to play that same black girl model $1,000 or $2,000 or $5,000. Then go over to Kenya, same kind of chicks, right? Looking chicks, big booty, right? Whatever, and pay them a fourth of the price and get them to do anything they want them to do, and they still get the content. And then they can put big booty Kenyan woman takes white D, right? Like it gets millions of views. Like they can, but they can shell it out, right? A lot of the rich white people that I've met in my life, like they're bored, bro. Like I remember when I was growing up, there was this white guy that my white family that my mom knew. They were so rich, their sons would just buy like expensive cameras, and like they were like shooting films and movies. Like my mom would go to her friend and be like, "What's your son doing now?" "Oh, he's shooting a production film and he's entering this film festival." And like, but he's like this, he doesn't even really know about film like that, but he's so rich. He's like on cocaine, right? And he's bored and he's white. And then shout out to my white people that are watching. I'm not talking shit on white people. I'm just saying that some white people live so great here. Like they just don't have a care in the world. And the rich white people, like they're just like, they can go play golf like on a Tuesday at like 12 noon, right? Like most people are working around that time, but like you're so rich that you can just go buy like a 10K camera and like, you know, so they get to like try things. You ever meet someone so rich, like their parents are paying for it and they just get to like try stuff and fail and like they can just kind of like do stuff. So that's what kind of rich white boy he was. And I'm like, yeah, these are the white dudes that you ever wonder if you've watched the Corno video, chat, where like you're seeing a corn being shot in like a mansion, or sometimes a corn's being shot in like someone's like shop or something. You're like it's in like a convenience store and you're like, how the fuck did they shoot this corno in a convenience store? Yeah, it's just rich white people that own shit, bro. They like own stuff and it's like, yeah, you can use my place for a corno, no problem. Like you can use my office. Like it's like they're so rich, like they're just bored, right? Like I really want to write a book. Like what do you do? Like what rich white people do when they're bored? Because that's where you get all that weirdo stuff, the PDF file stuff, the sex orgy stuff. It's because you're so rich and you've done everything that you're trying to top that next thing. Like, how can I get that next dopamine hit of doing stuff? So bringing it back to Kenya, these white guys that are exploiting and doing these cornos in Africa, specifically the white with the black girl mix thing, they got money, bro. they got big money and they can just go over there and just pay for hoes, basically. Shout out to Flexico in the building. What up, Flex? I ain't seen you in a minute, man. Good you stopped by today. But yeah, we're not gonna go into the weirdo stuff in specific, but someone literally sent me a corn site. One of our supporters will like, any topic that comes up, he'll send me stuff. He doesn't normally send me corn stuff, but I think he watched Giamo's video. He basically agrees that there's white people exploiting African people, specifically sexually and, you know, financially, physically, all these things, but it's not talked about. But Rello does something and it blows up to this big thing, which is true. Okay, it's very, very true. All right, chat. We got a couple more things to go over here. Speaking of Kenya, let's stay on Kenya for a little bit, and then we have a couple more videos, and then we'll wind down. But I do want to bring up this one from Austin Holloman. Okay, shout out to Austin. Kenyans are officially banning passport bros, including me.
Homeless black women in Brazil. He has recorded and exploited women in Nairobi and plans to travel in October 2025 from South Africa to Cape Town, Johannesburg, Pretoria, and Durban for sex tourism. We condemn that one with the testament. So,
now,
all right, guys, I see signs that say passport bros right here. So it's looking ugly, chat. It's looking ugly, chat. All right. I see the signs, man. Passport bros, man. What's going on? Y'all are saying it's fake. Somebody in the chat said this is fake news, but that woman looks pretty pissed off to me.
Oh, here goes the crazy part. I don't know who is feeding these people this information, but she literally just read my entire itinerary off, or at least the first half of it, for whenever we go to South Africa here in the next couple of days. And we're going to go to South Africa, to Pretoria, to Botswana, to Namibia. And we've said many times that we don't even want to put women in the videos. She's saying that we've been recording and exploiting women in Nairobi and Brazil. And for months, I've been making videos about Donald Trump. Like, if you go, a lot of the stuff that people say about me is easily.
Chat, is it exploiting women to record them? I'm not talking about record them in the bed or anything, but just you go to a place and you record women in a club. You record, you do some walking footage and there's some women that walk by. There's men in the video too, by the way. But let's say you edit it where it's mostly women walking by, whatever. Is that exploiting the women to just show what's going on? And again, if they were white and doing this, would it be the same problem? So it's a two-part question. Is it exploiting women to just record them? If you go to Vietnam, you go to South Korea, and you just show the women, is that exploiting them? You're not doing nothing nasty, nothing perverted. You're not filming them naked. You're not filming them in bathrooms. You're not even filming them in their bathing suits. It's just women walking around in normal clothes, or maybe they're at a nightclub and they're dressed up nicely, and you're showing the women. Is that exploiting the women?
Debunkable. Like, it's literally on YouTube. You can just go to my YouTube channel and click and see the past 70 to 90 videos have not even been about women. If they are, it's me telling a story. So let's go ahead and continue. I was delivered this video last night to watch this. And yeah, I watched a little bit of it. And I was like, yeah, I got to bring this to the public. This is horrible.
Also known as Aston Coleman, presents himself as a benefactor, but has been reported for sexual exploitation.
I've never been deported for sexual exploitation. What she's referring to is the incident that happened in January 2023. And another thing that's very debunkable is that you can go on my YouTube and see that I spent 7 weeks in 3 different cities around Brazil. I didn't sneak in. I had the stamp on my passport. And if you get deported, you're not just going back like that in the first place. So let's go ahead and continue.
He fled Brazil in 2023 when CNN Brazil Babramila.
Yo, look at the pictures in the back, chat. Look at the pictures in the back. That's Kid Greatness. This is Kid Greatness, and this is Austin. They have like these cartoon characters of these niggas. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. So this is a video about Austin Holloman. At first, I thought this was AI. I swear I thought it was AI at first, but I think this is real.
Respected him. He's linked to the relocation services and plans to build a commune outside Thika with controversial U.S. black nationalist figure.
So she said that we're trying to build a black nationalist compound outside of Thika. First of all, I've never even been to Thika. I don't know what compound she's talking about because we don't have a set location. But the next thing is, here's the compound that she's referring to is our business that we started at Mojo Village Plaza. You can check it out at mojovillageplaza.com. We just launched it today, this Saturday. And the point of a Mojo Village Plaza is to link the financial interests of the entire African diaspora. And instead of taking it to a place like Accra, Ghana, or South Africa, we want to bring it to Nairobi, Kenya. And now, you know, I'm starting to think, is a lot of that shit being done in vain? Like, you know, can you really help when this is the result? And, you know, some Kenyans might watch this like, hey, Austin, don't think that this is all of us. This is the general population. Like, if you look at these people, these are the average Kenyans that are needing support financially. Like they need, I mean, it looks like they're in the middle of a tea field or something like that. So they're not the Kenyans that are hanging out with me at the spots that I hang out with. Those Kenyans are pretty much can afford the same things I can afford, at least in my mind, I believe. I don't know their finances. But these are the people that we create these organizations. The reason that I put up videos where I said, hey, stop buying apartment buildings and start building a CJ's restaurant, or build some business where you can actually make an impact and change people's lives by giving them a job rather than giving a cleaning lady a job where she'll just make 1,000 shillings a day. These are the people that we're looking to impact. And this is the response that they're giving. Instead, you know, the thing is, I've promoted Kenya so heavily and positively for the past year since I got here last August. Actually, the entire time since I got here in 2023. I promoted it so much that my audience complained, bitched and complained actually, and told me to stop complaining and gaslit me and said that I was lying about that. And this is the response that the locals are giving you, is that we're exploiting rather than looking at the big. See, I don't know, but I'll tell you guys this: ignorance breeds a lot of violence. And the reason that this is dangerous is because the mentality that you're seeing amongst these people, I don't know what document this is she's reading, but the mentality that you're seeing amongst these people in this video is that literally all you have to do is point the finger and say, he did it. And then they just go over there with a chainsaw ready to kill somebody. That's literally no thought process, nothing. Just point the finger, he did it.
And that's the same thing they did to Rello, right? Yeah, I mean, and again, there was something that happened with Rello, but they're getting kind of a wake-up call that, see, you guys thought, okay, we can just, you know, kick Rello to the side, F him, whatever. And now you guys are getting heat, you and Kid Greatness. I think this is a part of the reason why they're leaving, chat. They're doing the same thing Rello's doing. Let's leave for a month or two. Let's let this shit cool down. Maybe even the Rello stuff sparked this. Now they're looking at my past, because that's what she was doing. She was bringing up Austin's past, which would happen with him in Brazil. You know, this guy had an issue there. Right now he's coming over here. So, you know what I mean? This is why you don't want to have too many big issues overseas, because it follows you. And then again, there's haters. There's people that'll contact people that are in Kenya. Hey, this guy, Austin Holloman, he's had issues too. Look up his background. Look at what happened with him. And now these people probably saw all those videos, right? So nobody's safe, Austin. Nobody's safe, Kid Greatness. Don't think because you're distancing yourself from Rello or people like Rello, or you're not a part of the Passport Bro movement. You basically, taking that off your name, that you are any better or above any other person that are coming. They will immediately lump you in with the Passport Bros or the people that are coming over there causing problems as soon as there's something that you do that they don't like, right? So you're not from there. I always tell you guys this. We're not from Kenya. We're not from Japan. We're not from Brazil. We're not from Colombia. They're always going to put their people first. That's how it is. It don't matter if you look like them or your skin is like theirs or your hair naps up like their hair naps up. They know that you're not from there. And if they know you're a foreigner, they're not going to treat you with the same respect. And they'll get your ass up out of there real quick if they feel that they need to. So don't think because being goody two shoes and being all nice and I love Kenya and the Kenyan women and I've been big up in Kenya since I moved here. Yeah, they don't care about that, bro. They'll turn on you in a second. And that's what you and Kid Greatness are starting to see.
Now go do this. Literally. So I'm just wondering, the talks that I have about, hey, when you come employ Kenyans, don't exploit them. Because I've said this, don't exploit them. Give them a livable salary. The reason that corruption is so rampant in Africa and as well here in Kenya, it's because the people are getting paid something that they can't even live off of. So I tell people whenever they come here, hey, give them, if you want these people to be motivated and you don't want them trying to cut corners or trying to use corruption to get around you and be at your disadvantage, give them something that they can live off of. That way they stay loyal to you. But all that goes overhead, and what goes in their head is stuff that hasn't even happened, like a black nationalist. Like, I attack Black Americans on YouTube. How the hell am I a black nationalist? And second, the thing is, they don't accuse the British, the Indians, or the Arabs, or anybody else of neo-colonialism, right? But who they accuse of neo-colonialism is niggas. Now, at what point in history have Black Americans ever had the capability to colonize anybody? I mean, we're the least likely that you need to be making those accusations towards of exploitation and neo-colonialism. We're Black.
Interesting, chat. Again, we just talked about how white people are coming over and exploiting Kenyans far more than Black people from America are coming over and exploiting Kenyans. And as a matter of fact, the Kenyans that I've seen are being exploited by white men in Europe, white men in Australia, right? It's not just white men from America that are coming over there. It's white men from all parts of the world that are coming to certain parts of Africa exploiting. But for some reason, when African American men come over there and something happens and they're doing something, they're trying to get us up out of there. You don't see them doing picket signs and angry face videos at white people. And it's a power thing. They're scared of white people. They know white people have money. White people can kind of get away with a lot of stuff easier than Black people can. Like I said, it's like when you walk into a CVS or a Target, right? And that secret shopper or whatever, or that employee is following you around because they think you're stealing something because you're Black or because you're Latino or whatever. And then the white person steals something, but they don't even pay attention to the white people because it's like, oh, there's no way he's stealing something. He's white. So that's kind of how it is. And even if you walk into a CVS or a Target where there's Black ownership and Black people that work there, they're looking at you like you're going to steal something, and they're letting the white people get away with it, right? I'm not even just talking about white people looking at Black people, chat. You can walk into a Black establishment like here in the United States and you'll get treated worse than a white person would, and the whole damn place is Black. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, that's just kind of how it is. And that's the same syndrome that we're seeing in Kenya. White people can go in, like I said, exploit the women, make corn videos, corn sites. Someone just said that I think Austin said one of them raped one of the girls. This happens all the time. Someone in the chat said they even do PDF stuff with boys, little boys and girls, right? Black people ain't coming over there doing that. Ain't no dude coming from Atlanta, Georgia, going over there and doing some crazy stuff with some little kids, right? Like, it's not us, right? But they make these videos about us when there's some little small thing that happens. It's a big problem. So we'll play a little bit more of this, guys, and we'll move on. But I just wanted you guys to understand that Kenya, while I would go visit it one day, is not necessarily at the top of my list. And from what I'm seeing from even from Austin and Kid Greatness and Rello and those that have been there, it's a great place to go and visit. But would I settle there and live there for the rest of my life? Probably not. And this right here just reassures me why I wouldn't want to live there. Okay. It's you know, your own people are basically, you know, making videos about you saying you got to leave and they don't want you there. So, you know, it is what it is. And again, to them, you're not their own, like we're not their people, right? Even though we're same skin color, they don't look at us as their people. And I would rather go to a place like Thailand or Brazil or, you know what I'm saying, like Colombia or somewhere and not have to deal with that from my own people. But not only that, like I said, if I want to travel through countries, I'm not paying $800 just to fly across the border if I want to visit somewhere else. So logistically, it sucks. It's not that fun. It's not that popping, right? And then you got to deal with shit like this. Not worth my time.
We don't have those privileges. We don't do shit like that. We're not oppressed like we were 50, 60 years.
And Austin has been big up in Kenya for the longest, guys. And I knew he had a business. See, he's admitting it now that him and Kid Greatness have a business there. But these guys have literally been pro Kenya for the last year, and look at how they're being treated. They haven't said really one bad thing.
Years ago, but we're not able to do what the hell you're trying to make it seem like. Again, the black people, the CIA doesn't send native-born Black Americans to Africa to do these things that we're being accused of. Now they'll take somebody from your country and make them corrupt and use them to utilize what they're trying to do, but they won't be sending me to do that. They ain't gonna trust me because they're not gonna be able to trust me to do it because I wouldn't go for it. But let's continue.
He was admitted on faction that he made a Kenyan woman bleed so much she almost died. Then claimed he paid off her family.
Now let me ask you a question. I don't care how corrupt a place is, but if you literally, if you're saying that I made a woman bleed to death and then just paid her family off and was like, oh, okay, so it's all good. I don't give a damn how corrupt the society is. I don't see any family just being like, oh, okay, well, yeah, you almost killed my daughter. So here, just give me $10, just give me $15. It's okay. And here's my thing. You can't just make those statements. You can't just you need to provide a victim hospital records, because if somebody almost bled to death, they had to go to the hospital. You can't stop that at home. You need to provide hospital records. You need to provide proof that I was involved with that. Like, you need all three of those. So we can't just make statements like that, because that's a very bold statement to make it seem like you almost killed somebody. But again, is everything that's being done here in vain? Like, is all this stuff being done in vain? Because it seems like no matter how much, and I hate to say this because every Kenyan, again, is not like these people in this video, but it seems like no matter how much positivity we try to spread about Kenya, it's almost getting nowhere fast. You know, you got the viewership saying that we're making shit up, that we're glazing, or we're tired of hearing about Kenya, and then you have a good number of Kenyans that when they see me, they love me, they support me, they want to take photos. I hang out with some of these Kenyans, but then you have I'm not gonna say.
All right, we'll stop it there, Chad. I think, you know, what Austin needs to realize and understand is he made his content, and he made his popularity. He got his popularity off of traveling to different places, and giving his experience. His biggest popularity came from Brazil. But people like to see him move around. He was in Istanbul, he was, you know, Turkey, he was in Colombia, he went to Brazil, he went to Africa, he went to you know, Kenya, South Africa, all these different places. Like, you guys can't start your channel off of being a nomad and traveling from all these different places to, all right, I'm gonna settle here and stay here, and then it's whack, right? If you're gonna do that, it's gotta be popping. It's gotta be a Thailand or Brazil, or somewhere where there's motion and there's action. And Kenya is cool. I'm sure Nairobi is nice, and I'm sure there is some action, but it's not the kind of action that Thailand has. It's not the kind of action that Brazil has. It's not the kind of action that Colombia has. And when you're in Colombia, you can go to Cali, Barranquilla, Cartagena, San Andreas, right? All these, you can hit 5 or 6, Pereira. You can go to all these different places and you're gonna get a different vibe. Whereas, like I said, Nairobi, again, there's probably some other popping spots in Kenya, but Nairobi is the main spot, right? that's, you know what I mean? Outside of Nairobi, there's probably not, 7 or 8 other cities that you can go to like a Brazil. Like Brazil, you can hit up Fortaleza, you can hit up Sao Paulo, you can hit up Rio, right? You can hit up parts that are right around Rio. Then you got like I said, you got the beach, you got this, you got that. There's no water in Kenya. There's no in Nairobi. I don't think it's not on the coast, right? Like, so it's just a different vibe there. You know what I mean? It's a different vibe. Medellin's not that far from Cartagena. So 1 minute you could be in Medellin, in an hour flight, you could be right on the beach, right? So I think that he needs to get back to his roots, and he can even travel to different, like he's doing now, travel to different countries within Africa and give us different vibes. So maybe after Johannesburg or wherever they're going in South Africa, go to Ethiopia then, right? You guys are making enough money, bro. Like this dude's doing pretty well on his YouTube page. He was at 100, he was like 90 something thousand or whatever. Now he's at almost 152,000 subscribers. He's grew over 50K in probably the last year. Austin's doing fine. He's making money. He got 40K views on this a day ago. Let's look at his channel. Okay, you're doing well, bro. Okay, you're 42K, 19K. He's doing decent. He's probably making a couple grand a month on his YouTube page. And if he has a Patreon, he may make a couple grand a month on that. You're making enough money to pay for $1,000 flight to go to Ethiopia, bro. Okay, you're doing good. You got a business that you started in Kenya that might be, making some profit or making some money. Who knows? But obviously, you're doing okay for yourself. So take that money and travel to different parts of Africa and show us something different. Right? It is what it is. So that's what we want to see. I think that's what he should do, and hopefully, Austin can work it out. Hopefully, he can work it out. All right, let's see if we have any other videos. Chat. We have to wind down here. Let's do one more. Let's do one more, or maybe 2 more. No, let's do one more. We've talked enough about Kenya. Let's talk a little bit about Thailand. We're talking about people ruining things, guys. All right, a bunch of ninjas ruining, these places. Shout out to Zoe. We did a really dope interview with Zoe Barber World, and he's talking about our African-American males. Are they ruining Thailand? Okay, so let's play this video. And again, this is a reoccurring thing that Black people from the United States, African-Americans, are going to countries. We're a small minority of people, by the way. So I don't know how we can ruin a whole country, but are we going to these places and ruining it for everybody? That's the question at hand, okay? Let's see what Barber World has to say.
American men in Pattaya, I'm not even talking about Thailand, it's probably outnumbered at minimum through other races 100 to 1. And then it depends on the other races. It could be 200 to 1. It could be 300 to 1. I would estimate that there are more Africans in Thailand, living in Thailand, than African Americans. Okay? So somehow the Pookies and Ray Rays is messing up Thailand and the YouTubers are messing up. It's bullshit. There's not enough of us here to fuck up anything. The only thing that African Americans can fuck up in Thailand is each other, and they have tried, as you all see. It's your Boss International. So just wanted to make a statement and about my experience here in Thailand, and Pattaya in particular. I think people generalize, and they always say Thailand. It's not Thailand. It's either going to be Bangkok or Pattaya for the most part, and I think people should specify. And the temperature of here in Thailand, I've been seeing some videos about people saying it's being messed up, and I think that's so untrue that it's ridiculous. Let me let that go by. Why somebody would be riding with all that noise? It had to be a foreigner, and it's not Black. Anyway. Foreigner. That somehow Black men are messing up Pattaya and this whole Pookie and Ray Ray nonsense. And I just want to, I'm going to start, and I think people talk a lot. What is their opinion? And it's not based in anywhere near short of facts.
By the way, Chad, the last time we were in Pattaya, I barely saw any Black men. Me and Al were there for we were in Thailand for what, 2 or 3 weeks, maybe almost a month when we went. And we went to Japan and all those places, right? We were there for a good amount of time. And I barely saw Black people on Soy 6, okay? Barely. Small percentage of brothers walking around. And if I did see black people, they were older black men. They were like in their 60s. They were like 50 or 60 and up. So it wasn't the young YNs walking around there with the pants sagged down. You know, these are, if there is any motion going on, any problems going on, these are 40, 50-year-old plus men fighting and causing issues, by the way. But even when we were there, okay, and it was nice out, it wasn't rainy season, nothing. It was popping every day. We didn't see that many black people there, unless we went to the black clubs, Flex and whatever the other club is, 808 or whatever. But I'm telling you, it wasn't just a bunch of black people walking around.
So basically, a lot of it is just out of ignorance. And the other problem I have is people talking about Thailand that never even been here. If you've never been here, come on, man. Don't talk about Thailand. And don't talk about Pattaya if you've never been here. Okay. So here's some hard facts. Let's start with the facts. I don't talk that much when it comes to doing these things because, you know what I'm saying, you weaken your value when you're talking all the time. So I don't really talk about issues until I really have something to say, or I feel like there's something to say. Okay, the estimated population of Thailand in 2025 varies slightly by sources, with an estimated from a world meter around 71.6 million Thai people. 76.1 million. Think of the numbers, okay? Now, out of 71 million, they say there are over 5.3 non-Thai nationals living in Thailand. So that's less than 10%. And it's really ranging somewhere between 2.5 million foreigners and 5.3. They don't have the exact numbers, right?
Foreigner.
Now, there are no definitive official statistics for American expatriate population in Thailand for 2025. The accurate statistic of the number of African American foreigners in Thailand are not available.
Damn, Jody keeps saying foreigner. I gotta play it.
Foreigner.
As a population data is not typically tracked by race or specific nationalities like African American. Official records generally group people by their continent.
Is Zoe on ChatGPT, guys? What is he reading right here, chat?
Or origin, currently, of citizenship. So, but the African population, which is more than likely larger than the African American population, is only 3,000 individuals. 3,000 Africans living here in Thailand. So
that's crazy.
You know the amount of African Americans is probably lower than that.
It's a small amount, Chad. I'm telling you, it's a small amount.
So what I'm saying is, when I go out in the morning and walk, I might run into one or two African Americans. When I sit down in a restaurant, there may be like one or two other African Americans.
If that.
You can go if you're not going to run into too many African Americans. You're just not going to run into that many African Americans for it to affect you in any way, right?
Unless you go to the spots where we go, where they play hip hop. Otherwise, it's all white people and other fucking races, chat. I'm telling you, walk around Pattaya, however the fuck you call it, you're not gonna see a bunch of blacks. It's just not it. You gotta go to the nightclubs, specifically, like I said, 808 and Flex, and there you're gonna find more of the Thai chicks that like black guys, that want to be around black culture. They like our culture. They want to be around the men that are African American, right? Otherwise, no, it's older white dudes, bro. That's what it is. Older white dudes that go to massage parlors and get rub and tug. That's what they do. That's what they want. And they play pool all day. It's a bunch of pool halls. Okay, black people, we don't play pool like that. We play pool, but not like that. White people want beer and pool and massage hand jobs, right? That's what they want. Happy endings, you know what I'm saying? Some beer, right? All of that shit. It's a different kind of vibe. Okay, so Zoe is spot on. Spot on.
Only place you're gonna run into African Americans is probably if you go to 808. You're going to run into a group less than 50. If you go to Flex, you might run into a group of African Americans less than 30. Notice these clubs are not that big, so you couldn't fit that many African Americans in there in the first place. There's a small group of African American retirees who play pool. That might be 15 guys, 20 guys, twice a week. There's another population who they listen to jazz. They have their meetings at Culture Lounge. Very small numbers. So the fact that you could possibly say that Pookies and Ray Rays are messing up Thailand is ridiculous. That is totally ridiculous. When I see other Black Americans, in particular here in Thailand, they either acknowledge you with a hello, a chest beat, a handshake, a fist bump, or they ignore you.
That's true.
There's the only thing that African Americans is fucking up in Thailand is each other. And even that's a small quantity. So this whole thing about Pookies and Ray Rays messing it up and, oh, y'all can't tell the secret is bullshit. If there's any demographic of people messing up Pattaya, the only ones that you would have a fight and argument with is maybe the Indians are changing the culture here, sleeping on the beach, big numbers, but they're doing big business here as well. The Chinese, when I walk in the morning, the people going to Koh Lan, it's big groups by the hundreds of Chinese. They might be here. They buying property. They're buying up condos. There's the population of African Americans in Pattaya is so small. There's no way in the world that we could even mess up Pattaya, let alone mess up Thailand. So I wish people would please stop with the bullshit about, oh, they're here now and you got to blame it on the YouTubers for bringing people here. We're still not here in no real numbers to affect each other. You could ignore each other if you wanted to and not come in too much contact with one another. And then don't mix up African Americans from Black British or Black or Africans from the continent.
Shout out to Zoe, man. He's really breaking it down, man. Yeah, what he's saying is facts, guys. We'll play a little bit more, but he's spot on. I didn't watch this before I made my comments, and I said what he's saying. So again, guys, this is why me and Al, we give you guys game. When we talk, we're really spitting facts. You know, some of the OGs that have traveled way longer than us, more than us, we're saying the same things that they're saying, and they been to these countries, you know, over 10 or 15 or 20 times. They lived in these countries. I think Zoe has a condo there. He's getting his driver's license in Thailand. He literally wants to live in Thailand, Brazil, and maybe Peru or Colombia or one other country. I think he's not going to do Colombia because of the danger that Colombia has.
Scopolamine.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to have traveled 15, 20, 30 years of my life to be able to come to these conclusions. I'm just a smart person. So I can kind of just use my intuition and say, you know what? This is probably what it's going to be. This is why we make our guides, guys. And this is why this channel was so big before YouTube, of course, wiped us off the face of the algorithm, is because we were giving guys game on how to move properly.
God know how to move.
And YouTube didn't like that. Like, we don't want you to be talking about prostitutes and how these girls are going to try to finesse you in these countries and this and that. And of course, we could leave that out. Like, we could just say, okay, here's where you go to get food, and here's the flex and 808, and maybe the video will still do numbers, but let's be honest. Again, a lot of guys are going there for the massage parlors, right? A lot of guys are going there for soy six, right? A lot of guys are going there to enjoy themselves, have a good time, and, you know, possibly get a hak tui.
And spit on that thing.
So that's what guys are going there, and we gotta say, hey, look, if you're going there for that, here's what to expect. Okay, because the most sophisticated person that'll be on your TV screen or your YouTube screen is the same guy going to these places and indulging in it. They're just trying to act like they're not. So you know, we just wanted to give you guys a real perspective of what to expect when you go here. And when you go to Thailand, if you are melanated, you're Black or even Latino, whatever, you're just not going to see a lot of us walking around, and that's fine. So I think my response to Zoe would be, no, passport bros aren't ruining Thailand for the masses of expats and people who want to travel. But what they are doing is they're ruining it for brown people that are from the United States that are thinking about going there. which is in part ruining it to some degree. Because if I'm black and it's like Sosua, right? I didn't have a desire to go to Sosua because of all that Pookie behavior. So I'm not going because I'm above that, right? Yeah, we're all black, but I don't want to be around that. I don't want to be around the I'm from this hood and I'm from that hood and we in Sosua. I'm the king of the street. I don't want to be around that. I want to go somewhere where I can buy my box in peace, Chad. Okay.
At least while I'm there, I want to get a few hawkers in.
But seriously, I want to be somewhere where I can relax. I'm not looking over my shoulders, and I'm not thinking someone gonna run up on me and do this. Like that's the whole point of getting out of the United States. And if you're having this Pookie behavior, see, here's what happens, though, and maybe we'll get him on to discuss this. Here's the problem. So if there is Pookie behavior going on in Pattaya, let's say I'm walking down Soy 6. And I see a group of black guys and they're on that kind of goofy stuff. They mean mugging me. They mean mugging me at 808. I step on their shoes on accident. They step on my shoes. Now we fighting, right? So in the small spaces that we are seeing each other in, I got to worry about the fights. That's why I don't like going to Delirium Mall like that in Cartagena. It's the same thing. Bunch of Pookies showing up to Delirium, bunch of Pookies in Cartagena, and then in fucking Medellin at Glow, and Sky Park, you got the dudes walking around trying to act all tough. Bro, look at all these bad bitches, bro. All these hoes walking around.
All you hoes, all of you hoes.
And you want to fight, and you want to talk about me stepping on your shoe. Like, bro, come on, bro. Like, we're here to enjoy ourselves and to get content, or to chill with some baddies, or to go on these tours and just enjoy ourselves. Like, I don't want to be here on that fighting shit. So the problem, and I'm not saying this is a problem necessarily in Bangkok and Pattaya all the time, but I'm saying the problem is you do want to sometimes go somewhere where you can hear your music and your stuff. You know what I'm saying? So here's my suggestion to some of you guys. If you don't want to be around that shit, like that Pookie behavior, don't go to 808 and don't go to Flex. I'm telling you right now, I'm not saying that people are in there fighting, but like if you just want to avoid it altogether, that it potentially could happen, don't go to those places. Go to another bar. Go to a pool hall with all white people, or go to one of the Indian clubs or something like that. Doesn't mean you won't get in a fight, but what I'm saying is it's not going to be that Pookie behavior, that energy that you're going to get in some of the clubs you get here in the United States. I'm just keeping it a buck, because when you go to 808, there's gonna be some guys at this table, me mugging a little bit, trying to look cool. You know how we do sometimes, guys. And I'm not saying again that fights or anything break out. I'm just saying the energy is in there a little bit. You do feel it a little bit, even though there's girls walking around. You know what I'm saying? And one of my problems too with those clubs too is you can't film. They're not tripping in none of the other clubs, but with the clubs where the black people at, it's a problem when you got a camera out. I can't film at 808. I cannot film none of the hip hop clubs. You can't film. You can't film in what's the other one, chat? Not 808. What's the other one in Bangkok? Somebody put it in the chat. The other name of that big club in Bangkok, and it's in Phuket. But those clubs specifically, you cannot film in. They tripping on the camera. Can't film in Flex. I had my camera out in Flex. One of the hoes, right? I don't know if she was a hoe or whatever. I'm gonna say she a hoe. Gonna get the bouncer to try to get me kicked out. Just because I'm just filming, I'm not even filming her. I'm just filming. I'm trying to show my surrounding. Look at him, get him out of here. They coming up to me. You can't have, man, fuck you. That's why I creep cam. It's like, bro, I'm a film. Nobody's naked in here. There's no tits. There's no ass. I don't care. Like, now, again, if they have a rule technically that you can't film in there, you're not supposed to film. But what I'm saying is every other club really don't have no problem with it, but it'd be black clubs. Yeah, Sugar. Yeah, it's the club. Sugar. Can't film in Sugar. Can't even use your cell phone in Sugar. Okay, you cannot. You have an iPhone, chat, in Sugar. Oh, they tripping on this. They tripping. Flashlight and everything coming up to you. Put phone down. You could buy bottles, because usually sometimes it's like if you buy bottles, they cool. Put phone down. No camera. You filming the girls? I don't give a fuck. I got all my Sugar fucking footage, motherfucker. All of that shit. Do not care. Okay, I'm gonna get my shit off. All right, I'm in the media.
Nobody cares, nigga.
We do not care.
I'm media. I'm getting my shit off. You're not finna tell me to put my camera down. Steve, you know the rules. You can't film anything that has to do with black culture. Yeah, I mean, y'all are making money off of our culture. Y'all got these Thai girls up here shaking ass like they black girls. If you go to Sugar, and even 808, they got these girls on stage twerking and all this shit, but I can't film it. Man, I filmed all of that shit. I snuck all my shit in there. Let me bring up my Thailand shit real quick. Shout out to Zoe. We'll be off of that. We're gonna wind down here in a moment, guys. I got a flight to catch tomorrow morning, so we won't be here too much longer. But I want to show y'all real quick. Let's see what we got going on here. You know what I'm saying? No film. You can't film here. Sawadee Kap, no film. Kap kum kap. Okay, all right, cool, man. Like, y'all tripping. Like, what the hell? Can't do nothing. I'm on vacation. I'm just trying to film the performance that's going on the stage. I'm not even filming people. Like, I'm not trying to be all, you know what I'm saying? No film. I'm like, y'all tripping, bro. That shit's corny to me. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know. Like, it used to be, chat, you could go on a trip somewhere, man, and like enjoy yourself and like film and like people ain't, bugging out. But it's just, I don't know if I have. Do I have? All right, chat. No, I don't have the footage that I have inside the club, chat. I guess I don't know what I did with it. I must have. Let me see if it's on the Patreon. I don't know if it's on the Patreon. Hold on, chat. Let me just see. Let me see if it's on the Patreon. But anyway, I have footage of these clubs, man, and and it's not nothing crazy. It's just girls dancing. You know what I mean? Like, it's just people having fun. Like, it's not nothing. You know what I mean? Nothing to see here. I could have swore I went live. Chat, I did go live from Club 808, and I went live from Flex. Why is it not showing up here? Let me check one more time. Hold on. I went live from Flex. I know I went live from Flex because we literally. Here's Bangkok. Then we went to. Hold on. Emergency live. Pattaya. Nope. It must. I don't know what I did with the chat, but it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be on here. It's kind of weird. YouTube does some weird stuff sometimes, where it's like you're trying to find a certain thing and it doesn't really show everything. Let me just see if it's behind the scenes real quick before we move on. But yeah, man, they be tripping, bro. Like Sugar, bro. Like I'm just trying to like get some content, man. You guys are so lame. Like, it should be pissing me off. I'm like, bro, is this girl's dancing? What are we talking about? That's why I want to link up with Trey Bad TV, because I feel like Trey Bad TV could probably hook it up where like we can just walk around that club that he does, and like they're not tripping, and they, you know what I mean? Because it's all about permission, chat. Like, they really don't care that there's a camera. It's just, let's trip on this camera because he don't work here. Like, if you get permission, then nobody gives a fuck, right? It's all about who you are and what, you know what I mean? They're just trying to like trip on shit like for no reason. Like, I've literally been at the strip club and filmed butt-ass naked strippers and they don't care. But it's because I work there, right? So, oh, okay, well, you work there, sure. So it's all about, that's really what it comes down. Here it is, Club Flex after party vibes. Yeah, like, what fuck, man? Like, I'm gonna film what the fuck I want to film. What y'all talking about out here? Fuck out of here. Let me see. I'll show y'all real quick. This is on behind the members, but like, y'all not finna tell me I can't film. Like, I'm a film, motherfucker. Like, what the fuck you talking about? I'll show you the shorty that was tripping too. Like, oh, this shorty right here, with the big booty. She with the tall guy. You'll see her in a second. Her right here. She looking at me too. He's filming. Look. She pointing at me right here. She's pointing at my camera. I have a Pocket 3 in my hand. I'm just trying to give y'all some vibes. You feel me? Like we're at Flex. You know what I mean? Shout out to Jay Now. Somebody sent a super chat right there on the live. So I'm like, oh shit. Okay. I put it back on me. I'm just playing it cool. I'm like, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm acting like I'm chilling. And you'll see I'll take it off in a second. She tripping, bro. Like, I'm this far away from her, by the way. You can't even see her. Y'all can't see nothing. You can see her little ass cheeks right here, but you don't know. No one knows what this girl looks like. I'm not in her face with the camera. This is not a zoomed in view. And y'all are going to see I'm going to have to turn it off in a second. And they're going to trip. They're going to come over and trip and tell me to turn it off. I'm trying to find the part where they tell me to turn it off. I guess I don't remember what the part was, but anyway, so I call her audible, and then I have to creep cam for the rest of the time. And then I purposely creep cam her because she got me in trouble. So I was like, okay, cool. Now I'm gonna put you on camera, bitch. Now I'm gonna get closer to you and put you on camera, and you're not even gonna know you on camera. And I still didn't really get her face because I could have, but I'm like, I'm cooling. But I wanted to give y'all some vibes. This is nothing, bro. Like, what is this? Why can I film it here? Like, what's the problem? Oh, because, you know, Kapkun Kab is, you know, no, bro. Like, it's just girls, bro. I don't care if they work on Soy 6. Like, I don't care. Nobody's doing anything. It's a club with music, bro. So that's why I said sometimes, man, you just gotta audible and you gotta be a maverick and don't ever let anyone tell you no. And we ain't putting this out. This is an hour long video. Like, it's, you know what I mean? We're not posting it on YouTube or clipping it or anything like that. But like, I'm gonna get my shit off, and I'm gonna let my followers, people that are part of the Mentuition Mafia that sign up for our YouTube membership, I'm gonna let them see what it's like at a Flex. And this is a very light night. Y'all can see there's a lot of space. I think we got there maybe a little later. I don't even remember what time it was, but whatever. Like, a white dude, you know what I'm saying? A little Thai girl shaking ass. Like, yeah, like, we gonna have some fun with it. That's it. Like, that's all it was. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, then we came out. Flex is an after hour spot. So we came out of Flex. We chilling, showing y'all the vibes. And yeah, that's it, man. We just having fun. Like, it's nothing crazy. There's a McDonald's right next to Flex. Boom. In and out, bro. Like, it's not that serious, bro. You can have camera in here. You film. What we're doing is we're letting the hoes, we're letting the hookers and the girls dictate everything. So that's a problem. See, I'll go over to Thailand. I don't even want to deal with none of that. Right? That's some US shit. Girls can just say something and then you get in trouble. Like, bitch, like, who are you? They ain't spending no money, by the way. These are hoes that are coming in here spending no money. We're coming because of the hoes, but we're the ones spending the money. They're just there. They just get in for free. They don't do nothing. They had the little shorts on with no ass, right? With a little flat butt, and then be trying to tell you what you can and can't do. That's why when we were walking down Soy 6, I was asking bars. Me and Rello and them would go up, yo, can we bring this camera in? We were being very transparent. Like, can we bring the camera in? Nah, okay, bye. We're not spending our money here. So we're only going to go to clubs where if we ask if we can film and they say it's cool, or little Soy 6 bars, cool, we'll bring it and we'll bring money. Okay. Lux Travel, they don't know I'm IRL streaming. They think I'm just filming. Nobody knows that I'm IRL streaming. So what happens is that they don't know what's going on. All my shit is in a bag. So they can't see what I'm doing. They don't know what I'm doing. They just see a little camera, right? Literally the Pocket 3 is the size of this in my hand. It's a small, you know what I mean? And they don't know, but they just, it's not even, it's because the girl bitched and complained. She goes and gets the bouncer, and then they just see me, and then I get in trouble. I could have put the camera away and hit it, and it still came up to me. It doesn't matter. Females can kind of just dictate stuff. And you'll notice at the more black clubs where it's more hip hoppy, it's more of a problem. It's less of a problem where white people go to. That's another thing you'll notice. But like I said, I know that there's a rule. Any private club can make a rule that there's no filming. right? So I can't argue with that rule. If I go into a private establishment and they say you're not allowed to film, then I'm not allowed to film. So you're right. But here's the funny part. I don't really care, right? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just go, okay, I'll just get my film off anyway, because I'm a content creator and I want to show you guys that. And that's why we put it as private. But certain things, we're going to just film anyway, because there's nothing going on. Like I said, like there's no nudity. It's like, it's just a rule that they have. And then, like I said, for example, some people can follow the rule and some people don't have to follow the rule. Another example, chat, when we were on Soy 6, there was this Asian guy who had like a selfie stick, but it branched off like a tree. And he had like four cell phones. And he's going around to all the bars, walking in the bars or filming all the hoes, right? And they obviously know him, or he's been down the Soy 6 before. So he's going around, he's filming all the hoes. They, you know, some of them, you know, maybe they don't get in the camera, but they're not really covering their face or hitting them like they're doing to me. He's on YouTube. He's live on YouTube. I'm walking down the street with my camera. They're hitting me, doing this, doing like what Asian people do this, like in Japan and Thailand. This means like they'll do this with a cross, or like this, like no, get away from me. Like it's kind of like it's like I want to say an insult, but it's more like get the fuck away from me type shit. That's what that means, right? So my homeboy right next to me though, like he's like right in front of me with his cameras. Nobody's bothering him. So if I see a situation where we're out in public, especially like we're not in a private place, and you're letting these other 2 people or 3 people that look like you or whatever walk by with cameras, and they're literally posting the same stuff to YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Flyboy. Flyboy said, if you want to get some shit off in Parqueros, just hand your phone over to a Colombian, because they won't question him. They won't even care if you upload it on YouTube. They just fuck with you because you're a gringo. So I realized, oh, it's because I'm American. You're just giving me a hard time because I don't look like you, or I'm basically a Black American. So you just don't want me to film you. But if I hand my camera over to a Thai chick, you'll literally shake ass and twerk for her and let her upload it to YouTube or whatever platform. Yeah, fuck you. So now my thought process, okay, fuck you. I'll just give it to somebody to film, or I'll creep cam you, and you'll never know I'm filming. And I'll get what I want anyway. So that's the way I battle it. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to, why can't I film? I'm not going to like crash out about it. I'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. I'll put the camera away. And then I'll just keep filming. So, and that's what I always do. And that's why we have some of the best footage that I think is on the internet, because we behind our paywalls and stuff, because we really want to show you guys what it's like. It's important to show you what it's like. And again, as long as you're not filming sexual activity, up girl skirts, you know, that kind of stuff, and putting that out in the public or trying to do some stuff like that, then it's one thing. Filming secretly, you know, cornos, I can't say porn, corns and stuff like that when girls don't know, like, okay, bro, you get caught doing that, it could be a problem. But you're somewhere where people are clothed or whatever, like you just chilling, like whatever, bro. So, but yeah. Shout out to Flex, shout out to 808, shout out to Sugar. You should still check those clubs out, but just understand the vibe there. That's just how it is. That's how they look at it. Okay. Real quick before we wind down, chat, I do want to bring up some Ethiopian girls, because y'all was hating on the Ethiopian girls earlier. So let's just bring up a few Ethiopian girls. I'm gonna just bring up like an Ethiopian website. I still think the Ethiopian girls are the baddest, bro. I'm sorry, chat. Okay, they're still the baddest. Some of y'all were not agreeing with me. That's okay. That's okay. Shout out to Mr. D. Mr. D sent me this one a couple weeks ago. I guess it's this website called Ethiopian Style. And, you know, every once in a while, Mr. D will just send me some Ethiopian chicks. I'm like, thank you, Mr. D. I appreciate it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I need to see some of these baddies on my timeline. I don't really follow these kind of things, but I always got time for Ethiopian chick. Okay, I always got some time.
Today I got time, cuz.
So I guess this is one of them little, well, you know how it is, man. You could just like dedicate a whole website to like Colombian chicks and Ethiopian chicks or whatever. And yeah. So as I said, chat, Ethiopian chicks to me are the baddest. in the game. Just my humble opinion. But, you know, some people may disagree. But like I said, you take an Ethiopian, she Ethiopian. You take an Ethiopian chick. I feel like, because someone was like, oh, Brazilian girl. She looked like she could be Brazilian here. She's not, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like an Ethiopian chick, you can get one that kind of looks like she's Latina or look like she's this, but she just got something about her. And what I like about them is they don't really be getting BBLs and shit. She looked like Maya a little bit. They have natural just ass. So like Ethiopian chicks just be, you know what I'm saying? They just be bad, bro. Okay, that first one, this one right here, she kind of looked like the one I was telling y'all about in Toronto. That one in the blue right here. That's what she kind of looked like. Like, these chicks just, I don't know what it is, bro. They just bad to me, bro. It's just a different kind of bad. They come in all little shapes and sizes too. But yeah, man. Yeah. When they real pretty, they pretty. Is what I'm saying. Like, they just like her. Like, you know what I'm saying? When they got it, it's pretty much raps. It's pretty much raps. Some of these chicks got filters. Yeah, they all Ethiopian. Yep. Yeah, you can tell. Pretty. She Ethiopian too. Yeah. I know they're all Ethiopian, chat, but I'm just saying, I just can, like, if they were walking down the street, I would know, like, oh shit, she Ethiopian. That's fake. That's completely spray painted. That's not a real picture. That's real. Yeah, this is real. Yeah. I might have to marry an Ethiopian chick, chat. I'm not gonna lie. Ruby Rose is Ethiopian. I didn't even know that at first. She's like, oh, my mom's Eritrean, I'm Ethiopian. I'm like, that makes so much sense. I'm super attracted to Ruby Rose. You guys know how much I talk about Ruby Rose. And I didn't know why. I'm like, why am I so attracted to this bitch? I'm Ethiopian. I'm like, okay. Makes sense. Makes total sense. Now I get it. Now I get it. Anyways, yeah, man. So anyways, chat, you guys can check out this page, Ethiopian.style, if you want, and you can scroll through the Ethiopian baddies. But it's all East Africans, chat. It doesn't have to be Ethiopian. It's I guess Sudan is East African, Eritrea, Ethiopia, anything Rwanda, and Rwanda, like a lot of the Northeast East African girls just have that look to them. So it doesn't have to be Ethiopia per se. I'm just picking one country specifically. All right. All right, guys. I think this was a great show. I appreciate the super chats and I think we got a Cash App or so, guys. We are still $225 away from our goal, and so I think we're gonna have Al in on the next one. But we just need $225 more, guys, and we'll pretty much cover all of our costs for this Cuba trip. Al is going to be going to Cuba, guys. He's going to be giving you guys some dope ass footage. We may not be able to go live from Cuba that much, guys, because the internet there is just very weird, as we were talking to Flyboy and Check. Shout out to Flyboy and Check as well, man.
Check in effect. Yeah, checkmate. Yeah.
Check and Flyboy have been super instrumental in our just our research in going to Cuba, learning about Cuba, where to go, like I said, like how to move properly, and
gotta know how to move,
just everything. So shout out to those two brothers, and you know, we're gonna have a great time in Cuba, get some dope footage, and give you guys some real like perspective that other people don't really talk about Cuba. So we're looking forward to that, but we just need $225 more for this fundraiser to complete that fundy, and we'll be all set. So let's go over our housekeeping real quick, guys, and then we're gonna wind down. Again, I do have a flight in the morning, so I need to get some rest, and we will go from there. All right, not the Ethiopian girl. See this one right here? I would knock her down. Jeez, oh my, crazy. All right. Let's go. And I'm telling you, them thick ones like this, No BBL, bro. It'd be real, bro. That's what I love about African girls, bro. They don't even really be doing that. Like, this is look like she from DC. Like, you'll go to DC and you'll just see her walking around. And you're like, God damn. It's like, you know what I mean? And like these three ain't that bad, but they're like cute. Like, they're kind of like, you know what I'm saying? She Ethiopian. That's crazy. Yeah, man. It's just something about these girls. I don't know what it is, bro. I really be trying to figure it out. All right, okay, she's not really that cute, but she still got that little, you know, Ethiopian, like she's cute. This one's cute. I used to go to this, so I used to DJ in Georgetown, chat, near Georgetown University. And there was this these boat rides I used to DJ. And there was this ice cream shop that I used to go to. And I would walk in this ice cream shop and get like a little, you know, cookie dough, chocolate chip cookie dough, little 2 scoops, and then I go home after I DJ, because I DJ on these boats. After the boats would be over, I go get ice cream and go home. And I walk in, and there'd be these 3 cute girls, and I'd be wondering, like, where are they from? Like, they, you know what I'm saying? They kind of look like this one on the left. Even these 2, like, I just see them and I'm like, damn, what the fuck is this bitch? Like, what are they from? And their dad is, you know, owns the ice cream shop. And I'm like trying to holler at them, but I'm like, their dad's there, so I couldn't really do it. And, you know, later down the line, I realized they were Ethiopian, but they were just dropped. He had like 3 drop. Look at that booty, man. He had 3 drop dead gorgeous daughters, bro. You know, this is what I'm saying. You be in DC and just a chick just walk by like this, and you're just like, what the fuck? Like, what am I doing with my life? Like, what's going on here? Yeah, there goes that Ethiopian dance. They do this shit with their neck. Yeah. I could get lost in this. And like I said, it's not that they're all dimes or nothing, but it's just like when you see a dime, it's just, she's bitch is bad, bro. That don't make no damn sense. Like, I'm telling you. Hold on. Where's that one shorty that I try to get her number? Hold on, before we close out, chat. I don't think let's see if she's on my feed. She might not be on my feed no more. She usually always has a story up, though. Let me see if I can get her. Hold on, chat. I'm trying to find this one more girl, but I don't think she has any new stories up right now, though. But she's super bad. She was in the I brought her up before, but she's not up now. Damn. All right, I'm not gonna find her. But anyway, let's go over our housekeeping, chat, and we will wind down. Damn, that little bad Ethiopian girl. I don't remember her name. Here she go. Hold on, we gotta bring her up. This is the last Ethiopian chat, and then we'll close out. But I gotta show you. This was the one that I didn't really try to bag her, but I was just like flirting with her at the swim week. This is the one from swim week. Yeah. She's just, I don't know, man. It's something about Ethiopian girls, bro. I know some of y'all are probably like, they ain't that bad. Nah, bro, they bad to me, bro. There's something. It's something that gives them a slight edge on Latina chicks, bro. It probably is a smile. What it is I like women that have pretty teeth and nice smiles. And Ethiopian people in general have nice smiles. And the women, it's a thing for me. The teeth and the face is just something about it. Yeah. Dime. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Something about the smile and the eyes and the nose. So, all right. All right, chat. I'm not going to get lost in the sauce anymore. Let's go over our housekeeping and we will wind down. Appreciate you guys for supporting. And we'll be back again with another show coming up real soon, next week sometime. So stay tuned for that. Thank you again to all the people who donated. Let me get back. Here we go. All right, chat. So make sure you guys check out our locals. That is mentuition.locals.com. is where you guys are going to see all the behind the scenes footage, all the big booty Brazilian chicks. And again, guys, we are doing our first official Mentuition meetup this year for New Year's. We will be dropping the itinerary for the New Year's party Mentuition meetup. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be insane. You do not want to miss it. There will be a cost to come, guys, because we're going to be doing about several activities, but the cost will include everything pretty much. And what isn't included, we'll let you guys know, but all the main stuff, the yachts, all of that will be included in the price. We'll get the girls, and we're going to turn up. So you don't want to miss it. We're going to drop the itinerary for the official Mentuition Brazil meetup for New Year's Eve or New Year's in general, right? Sometime next week. So stay tuned for that. All right. In the meantime, you can sign up for our locals if you guys want to see how me and Al party, how we get down. The locals is free. However, if you want to see all the behind the scenes, spicy stuff that is blurred out, you'll have to sign up for $9.99. All right. Next up, we have our Patreon. That's patreon.com/mentuition. Make sure you guys check out the Patreon. It's free to join. If you join the Patreon under the free tier, you will get a censored version of our Cartagena 101 and our Medellin 101. If you want to get the uncensored version, unlock all of that, you have to hit become a member right here, and you'll see 3 tiers. The first tier is our general admission tier. You get access to some of our not safe for YouTube content, access to all of our full uncensored travel guides, exclusive behind the scenes footage, exclusive access to our private community, and Patreon exclusive content and special Discord access. Next up, we have our VIP tier. You get access to all of our not safe for YouTube content, private chats on YouTube, access to our members only live streams, a list of over 1,000 remote jobs, 1 free consultation question answer per month on Patreon direct message, 20% off of the consultations, 10% off the merch, and even more special Discord access. And last but not least, guys,
spin the check and get it right back.
If you guys want to support us at the highest level, you can join our all access pass tier. You get 1 free consultation per month, up to 1 hour, 25% off of additional consultations throughout the month, access to a list of over 11,000 remote jobs, access to our personal cell phone numbers, free exclusive member only meetups, VIP access and discounts on our merch, yacht parties, and other events. And guys, don't forget to join our Discord. Our Discord is free. The link is in the description below, or you can go to mentuitiondiscord.net. And join our Discord. That is basically a community where we talk about our upcoming travel plans, who's winning in fantasy football, what's the worst and best NFL teams, right? We just have really cool conversations in our Discord. So make sure you download it and you join. Also join our Facebook group. It's free to join our Facebook group, guys. The link is in the description below for that as well. Also, guys, join the YouTube membership, the Mentuition Mafia. It's only $3.99. It would help us out a lot if you guys joined and supported. So we'll be back with another show, guys, next week. Maybe tomorrow we'll do one. I'll be out of town tomorrow, but I'll bring all my equipment with me, and I'll be trapping out of the hotel. Okay, so and maybe we'll do some IRLs or something, depending on the vibes. So and maybe we'll get some Ethiopians on. If I find me a bad little Ethiopian chick, I'm like, hey, come here. But yeah, so we will be back again most likely tomorrow, and we'll try to get in another 2 or 3 shows next week. We appreciate you guys for supporting and for watching. And as always, guys, don't kiss these hoes in the mouth. And until next time, guys, adios.
Adios. Adios.